Hi, everybody, and welcome to the party. My name
Hi.
is Kevin, and I'm your GM for the evening. We will be running you through Rifts, another fun day, in the weird world of Rifts. So we're gonna go around and introduce the party, and then we are going to. I'll do a quick recap. So starting with Jovra, tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I play Jovra, an Atlantean artifact hunter. She has a familiar, a blue dragon named Zarsig.
All right, and Iola.
Hi, I'm Kate. I play Iola. She's a half fairy wizard thief, and she's been finding out about her past.
All right, hello.
Hello, I play the SciTech Ecto Traveler, also now known as Evangeline Westbrook.
Maybe formerly known as. It's hard to
Maybe
say.
formerly.
You might
I don't know.
be
It
a
depends on
corpse.
if I find my body or not. If I have a body or not.
All right, Harkins.
Hi, I'm Sean, also known as Harkins. I play a Psypoc, an slinger. I think Psypoc is better, actually. I think
Psypoc's the coolest.
where we're going.
Psypoc
with
is cool.
I am a former Wormwoodian who has figured out that he is a former Wormwoodian because I erased my own memory, and now I'm figuring out what to do with all that nonsense.
Right. And Jericho Jack.
Hello, everybody. I am Evan, and I am playing Jericho Jack, a human mercenary with the coolest bike on the planet. It has massive saw blades for wheels, and it floats in the air.
Yeah, it does.
All of that is true.
All of it is true.
So, previously on Lost. No.
Polar
The
bears.
dating sim.
Polar bear.
Oh,
The lost
bad
dating sim.
endings.
Ooh, that would be terrible, the Lost dating sim. Actually, I think I've seen ads for that phone game. Anyway, so the group was traveling towards Atlanta to find out more about Hello's past, searching for a rumored NEMA base, where it appears that someone from Iola's past named Riley was also interested in. You're traveling with Merlin, who is your wilderness survivalist guide. And last week you ran into a group of Shimerian warriors who are massively armored cyborg women riding giant cyborg beasts. They were blowing the hell out of a building which was full of Horoon pirates, which are aliens with multiple eyes and weird weaponry that were attempting to take some people captive. The Horoons also had a 18-foot tall robot inside of which was an actual shark. Yeah, it's a thing.
Jack would have loved to be here.
You would have loved it.
Yeah.
This is fucked. I missed the wrong one.
You
Yeah,
really
that's
missed
so
the wrong
Yes,
one.
you
Yeah,
really did.
sadly.
God, that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Just beautiful, beefy women shooting the shit out of things.
Beautiful, beefy women.
And an actual shark robot.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could also go back and watch it, but that's on you. All right.
Yeah, I didn't actually do it.
All right. So inside those cages, you found, inside the people taken prisoner, you found a pair of wolfen, who are from a world known as Palladium, and you found Eloy, a fairy knight.
Still can't believe you got away with that.
Yeah,
Jeez, they're all-
we named all of the people after each of us.
Not really.
Yeah. Well, there was Arvaj and Aloy and what did we call Jericho Jack?
Sextimus
Yeah.
and
Sextimus and-
Sextimus?
Cortania.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cortania.
Cortania, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it means sixth.
Yeah, and it was Hawkins instead of Harkins. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's Fort Hawkins, not that far south of Atlanta. But anyway,
That's beside the point.
you haven't gotten there yet. So, the group also had a late night visit from the soldier Charla, the mystic knight, who came in and was
That the one with
bored
the
in-
demon head?
and told you not to go a certain way. because it would inconvenience them. It would inconvenience her, and she didn't want you to do that. And so she hung out and answered some questions for trivia.
And we played some poker.
I played cards.
And she was needlessly obtuse.
Well, not needlessly, but definitely obtuse. So, the group is not far from Atlanta. You can see multiple tall buildings on the horizon. The city was massive before the coming of the rifts. As it kept growing and growing and becoming bigger and bigger, they kept building it up and up and out and out. There is all kinds of things around, or there was all kinds of special technologies. Then there are tunnels underneath, as well. And you do know that anything NEMA is probably pretty well built and pretty well bunkered. But a city like this seems to have been pretty well, let's say, delved.
Pretty well what?
Delved, like raided. Trying to think. So let me pull up a map. This is where I should always start.
Google
When you
Maps.
said tunnels, when you say tunnels underground under the city, do you mean pre rifts? There was like subway systems and things like that, or do you mean there's
Atlanta
like
has a
aliens
subway
and shit with
system?
it? Okay. And it was like advanced, like it was like crazy.
Yes, multiple lines, multiple layers.
There's some shit living down there.
And then
Alright.
there was the old subway tunnels that no one had used. And as you approach, you're approaching from the northwestish by Athens area.
Do you guys remember the subway system in Fallout 3? That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
big
I remember
fucking
that.
tunnels full of like nasty shit.
Things you
it
don't
just
want to go
sucks
into.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like a maze, and it sucked every time.
As you approach the city, you do see that in the buildings, who here has like super telescopic vision?
I've got a multi-optics band.
All right,
Zarsig.
anyone- Yeah,
Also,
give me some.
I think Zarsig might have the farthest with 2 miles, right?
Oh, that's true.
I think that beats
Mhm.
my eye. I don't think my eye goes that far.
I mean, I could probably tweak my eye, but that would take a minute.
All right. Let me just get my information on Atlanta in front of me.
Is Hello in the big the little brother suit or whatever it was called?
That is up to Hello.
I didn't know if
I've
that happened in the episode that I was missing.
I've kind of been going in and out of the two.
Okay.
Just kind of, just depending on what the situation needed.
You're still getting to know
Yeah.
the suit.
Yeah. I'm also looking to possibly find like packs that I can put the like snacks in. Like maybe I need to find a fanny pack.
You need a backpack.
Like
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just get you a backpack.
or something like that. Yeah.
All right. Now, as you look out into the city, you see from a distance of 2 miles with Zarsig. Zarsig does see that in some of the buildings there are humans, some of which appear to be doing lookout.
I let everyone know that there are occupants in the building.
Also, radar is picking up several large things moving around the town on the street level. But the signal kind of gets bounced around a lot inside the city.
Can Zarsig see any details of their armor or clothing?
Not so much. You're like a full 2 miles away,
Mm-hmm.
or a little more. But she sees that there's probably a glint of like glass at one point, meaning
Yeah.
they're probably using some kind of binoculars or something.
That means they can probably see Zarsig too.
Yeah.
All right. Now, do we know if there's anything that there are evil tribes or dangerous governments within Atlanta? Do we know anything about that? Like the creatures,
Well-
or not the creatures,
Well-
but the people that live here? Are they particularly troublesome?
What Merlin?
Yeah.
What do you know about Atlanta?
Well, I know I ain't been here personally myself, but I know I done heard about Rat Man.
Ratman?
Rat men or rat
men.
man?
Men who are rats.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't
not
know
like
if there
rap,
was like a
like-
Batman that was Ratman, but I just wanted to make sure.
What's a Batman? I have not seen a Batman.
Nope.
I have seen a man bat.
Well,
No.
that's a Batman, Merlin.
Well, well, you'll see, I guess.
Nope.
No, I don't know what the. How could you just switch the words around?
Nope, that's a nope.
In
The
some
city's got
schools,
some-
there is a portion in the history books called comic history. It is a character in that.
Oh, okay. I believe you. So there's all kinds of beasts in there too.
Yeah.
And a couple of tribes. Let's see, the Black Hawk tribes. Well, that's a barbarian band. They sometimes go by the Hawks, sometimes the Black Hawks.
I'm sorry, the Black Hawks.
Yeah, they're a tribe or a group of barbarians have a symbol. Looks like a stylistic hawk.
All right.
Now, how do these tribes usually handle outsiders? Is it similar to what we ran into, at the beginning of the Dino Swamp, or what are we dealing with?
Well, one of the tribes is known to be a bit more tetchy, we'll say. The Kopar barbarians are a little more touchy.
Gotcha.
But that's what I heard. I ain't been in Atlanta myself.
All right. Well,
Kopar.
hopefully we handle them kind of like we handled the other ones, and maybe we're cool. Though I'd rather not give any more of our shit away. So I think we go our own way and try to avoid territory.
Well, you do what you gotta. I mean,
Yeah. Hard to lay low though with all our vehicles. So we're just gonna go.
Now I'm trying to find a good spot on this here map for a giant base. So I believe there what is it? Lakewood is where the NEMA base, where all the that Lakewood is where the NEMA base is, and there's like a golf course next to it, and it's kind of in a somewhat fancy area. Not that far from the airport, actually.
Okay. All right. We know how to get there.
I mean, the streets are not there anymore, so you see a lot of raised highway bits going between buildings. You see what look to be either like some kind of elevated rail tunnels, some kind of monorail system. Parts of it just blown away completely, parts of it just freestanding concrete. And much like in Fallout, you see people have been used these for shelters. You see all kinds of things. There's no... Yeah. I'm trying to determine the city. The buildings are mostly the same kind of like grayish concrete, like a gray-brown. What is that?
Concrete color.
Yeah, industrial concrete color. Like a lot of this was built around the same time using the MDC materials.
Is this like the sandy stuff or like
So
the
it's
gray?
late American Empire.
Yeah, we'll go
Yes.
late American Empire kind of.
Gotcha.
It's all aged, I guess, right? Weathered.
Yes, definitely weathered down and pockmarked. You can see that there clearly have been battles here where explosions have like burned down a city block.
Okay.
From where you... Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't need the elevation now. Oh boy.
I know
it's
we
not
should
the hilliest territory, but yeah.
most likely avoid narrow spots between tall buildings. I don't want to get. It's an
There's-
easy ambush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for as much as the ruins are knocked around, parts of it are still pretty clear, parts of it are like, so there's room for like some farming, but you can imagine that that's pretty disputed territory in the middle of the city.
Oh yeah. Well,
Alright.
there's no clean or easy way to get through a dilapidated, falling apart city like this. So we really just got to keep our heads on a swivel,
Yeah,
I think.
just try and be as stealthy as we can moving through.
Yeah.
Alright.
Try not to intrude or be assholes in people's territory. We might be all right. But if
Alright.
they come at us, we fight them.
Oh, great.
So I would say be ready.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Could I, as we make our way, are we in the city, right? We're like
You're
starting
kind of
to
on
go through the
outskirts,
streets.
looking down a major highway that goes into the city. We'll say.
Are there like different kind of paths, like one that looks wider streets, more spaced apart buildings, one that's like tighter but more hidden
You can
from
see
the
that
sky?
there
anything like
definitely is ruins of a road that you're kind of been following for a bit. It does look a little more chunked up ahead. And off to the side, you can see that there's enough room for like the hover car would have to go real slow through there to avoid hitting too much. It's going to be hard to move the hover car quietly through a forest. The trees in this area are tall, but they're not like super tall. So I'm trying to think like 10 foot, 15 feet high trees.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There's no clear or easy way. We just gotta.
Yeah, it's a lot of chunked up ground. Parts of it are clearly in front of you. You see off to the side what clearly was the top half of a much larger building that fell over, and then there's the bottom half next to it.
Gotcha.
Blocking off certain streets.
All
you can
right.
see occasionally that it looks like a chute, like a kind of, I'll say, cattle chute, has been built into the first floor of that building to kind of like funnel things coming in.
I don't like that.
But I'd need some skills to give you more.
Detect ambush.
I have that.
Go ahead and roll me a detect ambush. So you got a 74 out of 65, which now you know that's.
Do we have
a cattle
rerolls?
chute,
We
Yeah.
have 3 rerolls.
but Jover.
Never mind. Jover got it.
Jover looks slightly above the cattle chute, and you see a large MDC plate that has been jury rigged onto that building so that they can drop it behind anything that comes in. There are other streets large enough for the car, none of which seem to have any clear, you're going into a city, tall buildings. If something wants to take pot shots at you, it can, but you're not seeing anything major enough to actively impede you.
Can I use I don't know if it would just be radio basics, if I'd have another chance for something,
Yeah, go
but
for it.
to kind of look for other signals, for other people talking or communicating here within the area.
It would probably be a read sensory equipment,
Okay.
which I believe you should have.
I should. Mechanic basics.
Yeah.
Salvage escort.
There are a lot of skills to look through.
Yeah. You said what was that one under?
I don't know which spot you have it under. Let me look.
Oh, I'm at lore, math, radio basics.
All right, give me a quick moment. Language, robots, weapon systems. Sensory equipment is the last thing on your list and should be probably much.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Ooh.
What'd you get? What number did you roll? 92. So yeah,
Okay.
so you do see there are the radio signals in this are bouncing all over the place here. You do see 1 or 2 other radio signals, but you can't pinpoint where they might be. You don't know what they are. There's some kind of weird scrambled thing, but you can't even get enough of them to even try to decode at this point. If you move a little more into the city, you might be able to pick up something, but there's at least something in the city giving off a radio signal.
I believe that there may be others among us, or at least something that is bringing a radio signal. If we get closer, I may have a chance to decode or detect exactly what this is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's head in.
We know
Alright.
the approximate location in NEMA's headquarters as well. So why, if I may ask, why are we going to go follow these radio signals? Just curiosity, see what's there?
If we are heading that direction anyway, it may be good to know what we are up against. If they are speaking about us, we can at least intercept a transmission.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Alright.
Not going the way where that big plate is.
Yeah.
Going in
No,
different
We're
ways.
avoiding the trap.
Not at all.
Avoiding the ambush, please.
Yeah.
We have business to take care of.
Kevin, check your Zoom messages.
Move it closer to my face. I see. Sorry. I forgot.
He moved the thing closer and then his head away.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm trying to overthink things right now. So, as you continue to move through, you are coming over to an area where it's clear that there are markings of some kind of gang. You see a large, basically it's an old Atlanta Falcons poster with a giant red X spray painted over it. And you see a couple other signs of people, but anytime you get a good view of a person, they tend to shy away.
I've got my detect ambush up.
Yeah, so there are definitely people around you, but no one within 120 feet is, shows ill will towards you. Clearly, you're moving into some kind of into at least one of the group's territory.
Okay.
I just say we move steady and
Confidently.
we're just traveling.
Don't show fear, but show a lot of guns.
All right. As you slowly move forward, you take a turn and you see the way ahead of you is blocked. You can go right, left, or attempt to go over.
In what way is it blocked?
There's about 15 feet high. Maybe 10. Actually, they'd only do it 7 feet high. Oh, 10 feet maybe. 10 feet high. There is a number of old shipping. There's a number of old shipping containers kind of stacked and sheet metal, and you can see little posts of people on top of them. So there's two people looking down this street. You can tell from a good amount of distance away that they're armed. You could turn left, right, or head towards them.
What's to the left?
To the left is a little more open area. You see a sign for Buckhead. And
What does that mean?
Peachtree Park.
Let's see.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do we know where the NEMA base is here?
Yes, you do. It is
We're
basically on
heading
the other side of the city.
Okay, but what would be the best way to get there?
Can
It's
Sarsa
hard to say.
Okay.
give us a land navigation to possibly?
All right, is Zarsi gonna fly up to try to get a good view?
Yes.
Okay. Zarsig flies up about how high is Zarsig going? The
Gonna
buildings
start-
here are at least 7 stories remaining on them, if not taller.
So how high up does she need to go? 100 feet or?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, and just straight up, not going,
Yeah.
somewhere. Just-
She can see that up there. The higher ones, some of these are clearly have sleeping quarters in them. A couple of them have lights that are turned off because it's kind of, we'll say, mid-morning. And every now and then she sees a giant piece of metal shoved in front of one of the windows with light behind it. And 1 or 2 of the MDC windows still are on the side of this building.
Okay.
And further down the block, there's a little more MDC windows and a little more, looks like, stable buildings. Flying up, You can get a decent layout of the streets, it looks like, but she'd have to do some exploring to try to find what's on the other side of some of this terrain. It's a lot of good places to hide. The thing about a city like this is it's hard to see what's around the corner unless you go around the corner. And flying up above some of it, you get a good shot, but then no, you can see 2 miles. Yeah, she's got those eagle vision eyes. She can see that there are what look to be a bunch of people herding a group of honkers, but keeping them quiet. Kind of moving them away from your territory slowly and quietly.
Oh,
From your
honkers are the
position.
best.
Gotta love them
burger.
honker.
But they are armed and clearly on the lookout for things in the direction they are going, not just keeping an eye on you. Ooh.
We should definitely not head that way. Because I think if we head that way, they might see us as a threat.
To the right, you see a little more open territory with looks to be a number of buildings that have been brought down to ground level. And those look like it'd be hard to navigate because there's so much rubble around. But
I would take my chances with the travelers. And we're just travelers too.
well, yeah,
They have creatures they want to defend, but we also don't look like scavengers or raiders, you know.
Also true.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's go left.
Yeah.
hold on, I need to roll a thing.
I'd rather that, and then if a scuffle happens, we have room to maneuver this car and our vehicles around.
So we're going towards the people.
Left, yeah, it's the only...
Yeah.
Because I'd rather... If we get in a fight, I would rather always be able to maneuver Ripper around, rather than be getting jammed up on rubble.
Yeah. Sorry, bring Zarsik back down.
All right. As you travel through, you do notice that there is a large fang kind of painted on one of these buildings. The fang is about 10 feet tall.
That is a
Or is
large
it just-
thing.
It's just painted. It's not an actual fang.
Or is it like a curved V? Because
It looks.
without a mouth, can I tell that it's a fang? You know what I mean? It's just
It's
sort
got
of
the
a...
shape of a tooth.
It's like a vampire.
Yeah, it's got the shape of a big, not a vampire tooth, more like a
It's good. That's a good distinction.
A
Animal
dragon
tusk.
tooth?
animal
Or
tusk. Got like
animal.
a canine.
Yeah, like a big... Like a saber-toothed tiger fang.
A bit, yeah, good
Yeah.
good bit like a saber-toothed tiger fang.
All right.
All right.
Let's keep going. Have I heard of any gangs called the Fangs or anything like that?
No, you don't know the gangs of Atlanta whatsoever.
Okay.
But
Let's
as
keep
you
going.
travel through, there is suddenly a grumbling from underneath one of the piles of rubble.
A grumble and grumble.
As Harkins,
Yeah.
you feel an imminent attack.
I feel an imminent attack. Sorry. Incoming.
Spread back.
Yep.
Fan out.
All right.
Because it's coming from one point, right?
The rumbling comes from one point, but then it starts coming from under little parts underneath the rubble. And leaping up is what looks to be like, it looks a bit like a saber-toothed tiger if a saber-toothed tiger had quills.
Cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Nice.
The snout's a little longer. It's not
I
so
kind of
blunted.
want that as a pet.
Sounds
Hey,
like you
buddy.
can't ride that, though.
Hey, buddy.
No, I
It's
don't
about
need.
the
it can't
first one
hurt
that
me.
pounces at you is about 9 feet long and 3 feet tall, and it's about to pounce. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Let's roll some initiative. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh,
Let me clear the initiative.
How
yes,
dare you,
so
sir.
Let me clear that first.
Please remember to click on your token prior
No.
to rolling
Click
initiative.
on your tokens.
Did I do it?
Yes.
Yeah. 6. My initiative is fucking dirt.
Oh my god, that's so much better than the last few I've rolled. Holy
Oh,
crap.
great.
I got
Smart.
myself a 32.3.
Kevin got a 1. It's just
Yeah.
it's just a shooting gallery for this poor thing.
Oh, no. Okay, I did click it.
All right, so coming up from the ground, kind of like spread out, about easily 100 feet apart, the first one does kind of like pounce out of the ground at y'all. You can see a couple other rumblings in underneath some of the rubble, as this thing is clearly leaping for for the base of the car. All right, up first is Harkins.
Sorry,
Yeah,
it took me a second.
I'm gonna the one you said one is leaping at the car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna try and shoot out of the air. See what I can do here.
right.
We do not want damage on our car. I will take 2 action. Well, I'll take my first action to shoot and see what happens.
Okay.
That did not do 20 plus 10. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, that is correct. I'm sorry.
All right, it will attempt to dodge
Yeah, Will.
and gets an 18.
Well, fuck you.
Just barely dodging out of the way of your
Well, I'm
fire.
gonna shoot you again. This time for a 28.
Yeah, that'll definitely. There's no way it can attempt to dodge that. So
All right.
the 28 just smacks clear into the side of it. It does seem to be a pretty durable thing. So let's see your damage.
That was 47 points of damage.
All right, so that badly wounds it. All right, that badly wounds it, knocking it basically as it leaped into the side of the car. It lets out a wild howl, which just echoes through the canyons, and is a bit like a tiger, and a little bit like a freight train, with a little bit of a kind of whistle in it.
If I'm not mistaken, porcupines scream, so that makes sense.
And they're also trains, so it still makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is a big thing with a
Exactly.
big roar. All right, up next is Zarsig.
Is the creature still coming toward us?
Yes, but it looks wounded badly.
Are the humans doing anything?
The humans are not in sight anywhere over here. They don't seem to be coming to anyone's help.
Okay, so Zarsig, she's going to do her thing.
All right. It's going to attempt to dodge and gets a 6. So that fails because you got a 17 for 19 damage. That carries the 1. All right, so this one is kind of fried. The lightning bolt from Zarsig smacks into this beast. It lets out a scream that is cut off as parts of it sizzle and burn. This thing seems dead.
Is there another one?
There are 4 other little piles of rubble that were moving around, but you can't really see anything under them.
Okay, I'm going to have her, hold back
All right.
since she can't see another one.
Okay. Iola.
There's nothing coming our way, right? So that one was dead, and then we know there probably is something under these piles of rubble moving, but we don't know for sure.
You don't know for certain.
Can I hold an attack to when something
Yeah, you can
moves?
just not use an attack.
Okay.
All right, Jovra, anything? No, hello is on the wrong spot. Hello should technically go first, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, I can.
Son of a whore! That was not okay.
His cat missed him a lot from PAX.
Sorry about that.
And I can't see the humans or anything at all.
I mean, if you go back to, you'd have to back up a bit to get to that, what looks to be some kind of checkpoint.
Now, I'll hold for right now. I just want to stay aware.
All right. Iola hello doing anything?
I would like to use clairvoyance to see if there is, in the general area, more humans, and possibly, if they are going to interact with us in the near future, so we know if we can just worry about these guys, or if we'll have to.
All right. Spend the ISP and make a roll. I believe it's 64 is the number you got to get under.
Mm-hmm. 20.
All right. So you've got to get under 64 on a D100. You rolled a D20.
Oh, whoops!
So you'll definitely get under it.
Just
you got a 25,
under that.
which is very good.
The D100s are just under the D20s.
Yes. So, you clear out your mind for a second, and you are suddenly standing on that same block. And in front of you is a hot dog cart. And the street is clear and clean, and the sky is blue, and the buildings are enormous. But you are standing there getting hot dogs with Lindsay.
Oh.
The two of you are in clothing which looks to be for a presentation. You're both wearing, she's wearing what looks to be a power suit, but not a suit of power armor. Actually, no, she'd be wearing a full military uniform, actually. Yeah, she'd be in her full military, dress uniform. And you're there in a very nice but civilian wear. Trying to think if that would be what you would wear. Yeah, because you're there to give a presentation, not represent the military in any way.
Mm.
At least they told you to not wear any military gear. You can't remember why you're there, but it's the best tasting hot dog you've had in years. And there's a cute little bookshop right around the corner, and as you look over, you do see that inside that bookshop is another one of these beasts snarling at you, and it looks like it might try to pounce from the side, trying to surprise you. You don't see in your mind any humans moving towards you. You're not really getting much from them in the way of what they're going to do next.
Okay.
You think they're just going to watch you because
Okay.
you walked into clearly marked territory.
All right. Then I will just reiterate to the group. We are getting closer to our destination. Please be aware that to our sides there may be another possible threat approaching. The humans here may be watching us, so put on your best smiles.
Understood.
All right.
Not the most helpful, but good to know there's another one. Did you tell us where? Where the other one is?
Yeah, with the specifics. I don't remember whether you said left or right, so
You can trigger basically on the heads-up display in Jack's headset.
yeah. That direction.
Yeah, you can hit the target. Jack, you can see in a building which is abovely a 10-foot tall window, not a 10-foot tall window, like a 7-foot tall window.
Mm-hmm.
Behind it is
Storefront.
another one of these leapers. It's a storefront. But the window is broke. There's no window there anymore.
Perfect.
You see it lying down, and you see its eyes and head just above the window, looking like it's ready to come out.
I would also like to put in their headphones. If you see a hot dog stand, let me know. I have a sudden craving.
I'll keep that in mind as I'm putting a pin of a grenade in my mouth to pull it out.
All right, it's your turn, Jack.
Oh, I will throw a grenade into that store, into wherever that thing is, so it goes bing bing and blows up. And because it's inside of a store, it should hurt whatever's in there, and most of the shrapnel shouldn't come out at us. Maybe.
Roll a d20 and add, I think it's 3 at this point.
Okay. I got a 12 plus 3, 13, 14, 15.
All right, so that'll definitely hit inside the store where you wanted it. The thing is pretty fast, but it doesn't seem to be able to get out of the store. So go ahead and roll the damage on that grenade. What kind of grenade was it?
So my equipment says 4 explosive grenades.
Okay,
Smoke
so it's not
grenade.
like a frag grenade. It's just a...
I assume that's what a frag is an explosive grenade.
Well, it's not okay.
I don't know riffs.
Shrapnel in my brain.
I just put 4 explosive grenades, but I don't have
Roll that damage.
I don't have damage for it. I don't have how much a grenade does.
Okay.
Do you just want me to roll my shotgun?
Nope.
I guess it's 4d6. My guess is 4d6.
My guess is 4d6.
That's what my shotgun does. Do you want me to roll that?
Yeah, just go ahead and roll 4d6.
Okay. 15.
15. So you do a good amount of damage to that area, and you hear another large snarling howl.
Right back at you.
Nope, not a fusion block.
Oh, let the dogs out.
58. It's hard to tell if it's like a dog or not. It's one of those kind of defying categorization.
Woof.
If I may. Woof.
So, there are more things about. Jack threw that grenade at this one, and it's going to come charging out at him.
I get another action, right?
Oh, yes, if you'd like. It looks like it's going to come charging out at you.
Yeah.
Cool. So because I threw the grenade in there, I and wind my swing my bike in there so it sees me, and I basically start spinning the chain gun on my gun so that when that thing comes hauling ass out, I just unload on it. Like I want it to get aggravated and then become an obvious target with my big loud bike so that it aggroes me and just like and unload on it while it comes after me.
All right, so basically what this is called is a simultaneous attack. So you can't defend against it, but it can't either.
Cool, I like that. So we just roll damage at each other?
Basically, as this thing jumps
like
directly
that.
for Jack on the bike, it looks like it's going to try to knock Jack off the bike.
Let's do it.
Great.
All right,
I have my hover bike laser.
roll your damage.
29.
Hold on, let me do some math. Yeah, it's still alive, but
Whatever.
unhappy.
I mean, I'm right
bet.
behind Jack, right? I'm still on the bike.
Yeah, but it looks Jack was the bigger thing that it
Okay.
looks like it's going to try to take clean off the bike.
That's fair. I just want to know.
15, yeah, still alive.
But
All
you were
right,
holding your action, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's up to you. There's other creatures. You might just want to hit them.
So Jack, go ahead and take 13 damage to your chest armor,
130
as it was
damage
going
to
for
your
you
chest
and not the bike. Actually, take it to your chest armor as it seems to get one of its claws at your neck. As it leaps in, just taking the laser fire, it bats with one of its claws. Now roll a percentile die.
A D100?
Yes.
30.
Okay. This attack was designed to knock you off your vehicle, and it has succeeded.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Oh,
I
no.
land and roll. Do I still have my shotgun?
You still have your shotgun, yes. You've got all the weapons on you except the thing. But you've been knocked to the ground, lose 1 action.
What does that mean for me?
My bike's just spinning.
What that means, the bike is actually staying in holding position, so it
You know,
continues to hover. But the
I just-
force, were you holding on to Jack?
Not at that moment, probably. Not if Jack was shooting.
Probably just
Yeah.
the bike.
But no, this thing is right up in your face, and
That's
there-
what I was wondering most about, was
Yeah,
the thing
it's
being
kind
right
of-
up in my face.
it's kind of like the bike is pretty big, but it goes completely over the bike and is on the ground, kind of behind it now. After
Do we
batting
get to
Jack
hold
to the side.
actions in this, or do you want me just to wait until my next turn?
Do you want to go with something now?
Yeah, I just want to shoot it twice with firebolt.
Go for it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, there's no situational bonus, just work. The first is a 14,
All right, that it is definitely going to take that.
and a second is 25.
It's going to it would attempt to dodge the second one and does not get a 25. All right,
Okay.
so go ahead and roll damage on both of those.
11 and 16.
All right, these 2 bolts of fire come raining down at the back of its head, burning craters through its spines into its actual spine, which, with sizzle of burning hair and flesh, it yelps and falls to the ground. One of the piles,
You killed it?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
one of the piles near Jack starts to rumble. Another one near Harkins
Oh, hell.
also is going to try to knock him off his horse.
Oh, hell. Oh, hell.
Can I see them yet?
Yeah. I mean, this is their whole thing is they're waiting until they get to go.
They're ambush predators.
Yeah, they're ambushing.
Yeah.
It's just
And what do you want to try to do?
I have the ability to repel animals, and it's an enchantment that will make even hostile animals stop, turn, and leave without harming the caster or anyone near. Animal would not return for hours. Can affect 6 animals at once.
Ooh,
Wow.
damn.
That's effective.
That is useful.
All right, do
I'm
they
a
get a
little
save?
turned on right now.
It's standard, but my spell things increase, so I think it's standard +1 now.
Yeah, it should be at least a 13, if not a 13, I believe. So they get a save. Let's roll some saves.
Get it?
As they come up, they look basically like they're going to start to run and begin to leap as you. How do you cast the spell? What's the flavor of it?
Basically, I want to get out, and I'm just sort of like come out with like my hands, and I'm going to have to say it's sort of like that Chris Pratt raptor scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, just be calm. We don't mean any
Blue.
harm. Go away.
Yellow.
We
Red.
just killed one of your
Calm.
friends, but we don't, you know.
These things suddenly turn and book at full speed. They aren't calm. These are things of rage. However,
I am a thing of rage.
all of them take off running.
And they will not return for hours. They don't.
They
come back
will
for
avoid
hours.
this area for a long time.
Yeah, you better run. Ah.
Is there anything we can get off the one that we downed?
It's got massive tusks and sharp claws. It doesn't. I mean, if you want to try to take stuff from it, you'll be here a while. But
I don't want to be here a while.
But
Yeah.
Check
if
the
we just-
carcass in the van if we really want to
Oh,
keep
that's
it.
it. I just want the claws.
it is bleeding all over the place.
It will match the
burnt.
paint.
Will match the paint splatter.
I have not cleaned up the car yet, so there is still paint all over the inside of the vehicle.
It's dried now.
Yep,
You're never gonna get that out.
probably not.
Can I pull some of the quills out of its back with my metal arm?
They're hard to come, but you do pull them out. They are sharp. You don't know, like,
Probably worth something in Merktown.
you could make use of them once, maybe twice, but they look like they're not meant to be, like, the most formidable of weapons.
So
they're a formidable weapon, but only in large numbers. So, you could probably throw one at something for a minor amount of damage, but it would probably break upon impact.
Put them in a pouch on my back.
You get about 4 of them. The
Iola
quills are about.
That's what I
3 feet.
figured. Yeah.
Iola, you just want what, a claw from
Yeah,
a foot?
I just want foot.
Can I just take my axe and just chop off one of them and put it in the back for right
As long
now?
as you spend the ISP or the PPE for the axe, yes.
Of course.
All right, so you do that, and there's a squishing sound as you chop off an animal's limb. The paw itself is about the size of my head. The claws are out on this one, and there is blood coming out of it.
It'll fit right in the vehicle.
Can I rip a fang out?
You can attempt to. Do you have any skill at harvesting? No? All right, roll a d20.
I'm
We'll see
just a
what you get.
big, dumb, killing man.
Y'all.
Roll a what? A
D20.
D100? A D20.
I don't know how long we can. Well,
2.
You got a 2. All right, so you try to
That'll
put,
do,
like,
donkey. That'll do.
I have like 20 something strength.
but
in
the
my-
jaw,
my arms.
but just in that one arm, it's nearly impossible for you to get leverage from a second source. So you're trying to like stand on it, and you pull hard enough with your bionic arm that all of you kind of shudders to the side. This thing
Damn
is
it.
really in there. You give it a good crack, and the tooth basically cracks down to 3/4 of it, and
Ah,
you can
fuck.
pull a bit of it off.
Okay.
Nah, that's not gonna be worth anything.
That's
Oh, well.
that's enough.
Yeah, I was about to say, this feels like enough fucking with a corpse.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll hop back on my bike.
Okay. You can go backwards, you can go forward, up, or left. You see above you there's a bit of highway. But that's about 100 feet up.
Hello, what
Can
do
we
you
go?
think?
Can we hover that much?
I believe you all can, yeah.
Oh, is it like a highway that goes like 100 feet up above the city?
It's 100 feet up.
Pretty
It goes
high,
in
yeah.
between some of the buildings, but it will take you further into the city. But you don't know what's up there unless Zarsig flies up. Zarsig didn't get a good look at this before.
I'm
'cause it was
okay with
kind of behind a
highway.
building.
That sounds like a good idea for us.
I can
See
send her
what's
up real
coming at
quick.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll send
Worst
her up
case
real
scenario,
quick.
we can hop off and drive onto the roofs of buildings or some crazy action movie shit. I don't know. But either way, I like the idea of being up and being able to see.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's do it.
Wait.
As Zarsig starts flying up, you hear a retort of gunfire fly near Zarsig.
Well.
Can we tell from where? Did I see muzzle flares or?
Yeah, the muzzle flare definitely came up from up on top of that highway.
Maybe not.
Roll a recognized weapon quality.
All right.
Uh,
Silly. The most
0
ripped stealth.
successes.
You have no idea what kind of gun that was.
Do you
Okay.
want
I
me to
got
roll
a
that as well? Because I
natural
have
one.
If you'd like. Okay, so a natural one on this. We'll tell you that was an SDC rifle. That was a what are they called? Vigo's Firearms SDC hunting rifle for small game
It's
and other animals.
Vigo. Oh, that was just a hunting rifle up there. That wasn't nothing at all.
Yeah, whatever. Hunters. They probably thought Zarsig was something to eat.
She is not.
I will tell you that.
Is she okay? Does she need to dodge?
No, she's fine. Someone stands up on top of that and says, "Hello."
Yeah.
Hiya.
Greetings.
You have entered our territory and scared our beasts.
Y'all be shoot rifles? Is that why they got scared?
I think he means the saber-tooth things.
Or the hunkers. Oh.
Oh wait, are these the honker people?
You don't know. It's hard to tell. They're dressed in kind of like raggedy clothes. This guy is wearing you see a white guy with a thick bushy beard. In his beard are like copper wiring. Little bits of copper wiring in his beard. He is holding what looks to be some kind of bone-made axe, and he has dinosaur bones on his front. And he is talking to you in a way that is way louder than it should be.
Magically enhanced.
We are just passing through.
And those that who can see magic in use can tell that the threads in his beard
Magic beard.
are what is
So, like-
augmenting his voice.
Probably techno magic of
Oh,
some sort.
I could have used that this weekend.
Let the tournament begin.
We're just passing through. We don't want to have any problem with you.
Did you not obey Did you not notice the signs of the panther beasts?
We're not from around here, obviously.
And not super worried about signs.
I think I would have known what it was if you wrote Panther Beast instead of just writing a big V on the wall.
Or maybe it said do not trespass.
Yeah, or maybe anything except a big V.
They were not here the last time I was. So technically, they are trespassing.
You see a younger man next to him say something in his ears. You can't hear it because you're so far away.
What?
He pushes the man aside. The man clearly has the Vigo rifle that fired.
I am Vigo.
Is that the little turd that shot at our friend?
All right, look, let's not. We're just
not-
passing through. We
Yeah.
don't want any trouble.
You
with
need a
you.
guide.
We got
No,
a guide. His
we
name
got
is
a
Merlin,
guide.
and he's the worst.
He's very nice. We're heading south of town. We ain't got no trouble with you.
Our guide will show you how to head south.
That through the city? We need to get to the other side of the city.
Yes, through the city.
What will we owe you for the favor?
Nope. Oh, we didn't ask for his help. I'm not
Hey,
paying him
wait,
shit.
We will move
wait.
you through quickly, as to not disturb our people.
Huh.
What you will give us, you will find when we show you the rest of the way. Coming out of the buildings now slowly, you see a woman with kind of a darker skin, looks Hispanic. She is carrying a coalition rifle on her back, and is also wearing a dinosaur bone necklace, which is radiating some magic. And wrapped around one of her arms, using weird kinds of leather, are claws or the fangs of a panther pterodax in some kind of claw that she has strapped to her arm.
Deathclaw Gauntlet.
She has a Deathclaw gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Yes, she does.
Gauntlet.
My favorite.
What else does she have? She also has a baseball bat. It looks like a Louisville Slugger, but in it are smaller dinosaur teeth are jammed into it.
And guns.
I love it.
She just has the one big gun.
Batter up.
She has the coalition rifle, and she says, "You will behave."
Yes.
Yeah, we ain't got no truck here.
She gives a whistle that's extraordinarily loud and rings through several blocks. That waypoint that was a bit back. She points you over in that direction, and it starts to open to the side as two people are moving what look to be small baby stegosauruses, pulling the gate open.
How would a baby stegosaurus?
You have a baby shark puppy.
Stegosaurus.
What would you trade for it? She says to you.
What would I
Shark
trade
puppy.
for a baby stegosaurus? Not my shark puppy. No, Wild Bill's been with me forever.
We
I
can
don't-
trade Harkins.
I will
If
shoot
they
you in the
need
mouth.
Food, I
In the
have
mouth.
plenty of cork left over. If this
No.
is something you would like.
We do not need a baby. We are.
It's not going to stay a baby.
We have enough fucking
Yes.
pets with our
That is-
goddamn.
We
That-
just
need
let
all
us
this
move
exactly
forward.
the point. It's that it
We
will
are
not
going
stay
to
a
move-
baby. Soon enough, it will be quite large and useful. Or
I
dinner.
was merely making a point. If you would like it, I have cork.
We are going to move forward now.
As you move into
Yes.
it, you see an area where clearly there's some what look to be finer housing set up. Some of the ground level stuff is all barricaded in, but you can see that going up 3 or 4 levels, you start to see windows that people use. You see a laundry run between 2 buildings.
GM, how close are we to the woman with this Louisville Slugger?
She's about 50 feet away from you at this point.
Can I roll military etiquette to see if she was in the military
Yes.
and maybe has left? Where
Go ahead.
is it? There it is.
No
Are you
success.
fucking kidding me? Jesus. All right, never mind.
Why are you terrible at this, Jack?
I have good numbers on all this. Just bullshit. I keep rolling way high.
You've never seen someone like her before?
Okay.
She's
Uh,
just so pretty.
If she was ever once in the military, she has lost all the.
Hold on, let me just make it. Let me see how pretty she is. There's a roll for this.
Oh my god,
Oh,
really?
Does that,
You
does that give
Well,
me
she's
extra?
attractive, but she's not like
Roll
gorgeous.
for the pretties.
She basically, I just rolled
Alright.
her physical beauty stat. And it's 12.
Oh, there you go.
So she is attractive, and she is clearly a warrior. You can see scars on her.
I'm only 1 point prettier.
I'm hotter than both of
So
you.
she's
What up?
she's in my ball field. She's not out of my league.
well.
Her
Yeah, well, I'm
personality's
hotter than all
weird.
y'all, so shut it.
What's your physical beauty?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
half
one
fairy.
higher than
She's
Jack,
physical
so it's
beauty,
okay.
half fairy.
Yeah, my physical
goop.
beauty is 16.
The
Jesus.
goo pile is one
You're not
higher
that
than
much hotter
Jack.
than me.
All right, I still
Hello
am.
is one higher than me. She's a pile of goddamn goo and garbage. Literal trash. Gooey trash.
Everyone is beautiful.
I'm just so lovely and adorable.
Great.
We
Great.
shall now move forward.
So they move you through part of what is clearly their territory.
You're all pretty. Let's keep going. Joe
see
for
them-
keeping us on point.
You see them use a bit of elevated train track as a garden that they clearly have irrigated a bit. They have what looks to be a techno-wizard device pulling water out of the ground.
That wizard was definitely or that old man's definitely
It's definitely a techno wizard.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see more than techno-wizardry. You see a lot of things made of dinosaur bone, skin, and vines.
They're dinomances.
Acolyte.
Well, like the barbarians we met.
Is there anything
They-
nearby I can steal?
Oh, absolutely, if you want to get off the bike. People are kind of staying well away from the bikes, and as your group moves through, you
I
do
wouldn't-
see armed warriors, mostly carrying melee weapons. One of them has a giant tomahawk made from raptor claws.
From what claws?
Raptor
Raptor.
claws.
Okay, totally missed that. I misheard it.
And you see all of them are carrying slings on them.
Well, if I have to like be not with my group to steal from them, that seems not smart.
You just gotta get off the bike because the bike is moving. But you do see what look to be like a little thing of. You do see a couple of people weaving baskets, a couple of kids kind of like being shooed off the street, and leaving behind a little bit of their toys, which seem
I'm
to
not
be.
gonna steal kids' toys.
I know, but I'm just describing. They seem to be dolls made of straw or other like. You do see one made of bits of metal. And you do what seems like a matchbox car that someone has like bolted and tied arms onto.
That's awesome.
That's totally awesome.
It's like a little tribe. We're going through their village right now.
Okay,
It's
so
exactly like that, yeah.
so Hello is looking at like she sees these toys and stuff like laying around, and they just seem so like aggressive to her. And earlier on, she made a bunch of those little
Origamis.
origamis. So every once in a while, she's just kind of like throw it out the window. So they have little origami toys.
But the first time it rains, gone.
Well, I mean, she figures they're gonna like pick them up afterwards. I don't know. She just figures they're gonna be like, "Ooh, new toy," and have a new toy. She's giving
So
them
you
toys.
And at the worst, you're just
The
throwing
area.
garbage all over their town.
But they're
Who are these dumb fucking travelers throwing trash in our village? Look, these trash look like little gooses. What's happening?
the woman
Exactly.
starts pointing you to around or pointing the group around a corner. And is clearly guiding you towards what looks to be a building that has been shortened into some kind of amphitheater. And seated in this amphitheater is
Is it like an open air amphitheater? Is that what you're saying?
well, it used to be a building, but
Oh.
only 3 parts of it are left.
Walls.
And it goes about only 3 walls are left, and you can see that like benches have been carved into the stone, and there's a going down the street is someone with a triceratops pulling a cart, and on that cart is a bunch of stones that look like very similar to bits of building that have been blown apart.
Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones.
You do see a giant brontosaurus wreck, and the car falls over.
and some guy just like skating down it.
But seated kind of in the middle of this is a youngish looking person. How old are they? They're about in their early 20s. It's a male who is not he's scarred. He hasn't kept himself like perfectly neat and tidy. But you see that he is covered in bits of like little shards of what look to be, I'm trying to think what they would be. He's covered in shards of what look like plastic cards that all
Card
say
shards.
Metro on them.
That's awesome.
What do you want us to do with this guy? I ask our guy.
Oh, they all say Breeze on them, and Marta.
Yeah, Marta.
And she says, This is Chief Porter. You will speak with him briefly, and he will decide. He will decide what is next.
All right.
We mean you no harm, and we've given you safe passage. But you will speak with the chief.
Of course.
Sounds fair.
Jack, remember what happens when we talk to people?
Please dismount your vehicles and step out.
Don't talk to people, Jack. You make them mad at you.
I'll do what I fucking want, and I turn off the
Yeah.
bike and I get off it. Fucking tell me not to talk to people. Where's the chief?
He is sitting on a throne made out of just like it's a chair and like a lazy boy recliner that has been shot to hell.
Awesome.
And kind of like upholstered with thick hides.
Awesome.
Welcome to Iowa, Chad.
I want to walk up. Does my armor now have like a huge slash in it? Because
Oh
of
yeah,
the...
Red actually
Fuck yeah.
crosses your throat actually.
Oh, like I got cut on the neck a little bit? Cool.
And now the armor is torn, like the claw
okay, just-
went for your throat and knocked your entire body off because of how damn strong the thing is.
So I want to walk up. We still
As
have our
there's
weapons
clearly
with
a
us, right?
stage. There's clearly a stage set up, like an amphitheater down, and then the stage. One of the gentlemen next to the gentleman with the wires in his beard comes up and stands next to the throne, and he holds a hand out to stop right there, please.
All right.
Approach no closer, we ask.
Okay.
Of course.
I didn't get out though. By the way, I'm still in the car.
The young man on the throne points over at the car and says, "All of you, please come."
Hello.
Hello,
No
put on your
surrender.
best dress.
I am in my my little brother outfit when I come out.
All right. So getting out is this small, about 6 foot tall, maybe 5 to 6 foot tall. Looks like a glitter boy, shining silver armor with kind of the exhaust things. And are you holding the staff, or is the staff stowed in its position? Because you do have it, but it can stow into the
Stowed.
back and shorten.
It is stowed.
Okay. I can see all of you, and his eyes sparkle kind of in a weird, kind of a little bit of cosmic way. As a little bit of
I don't know what that means.
the sparkle kind of fades
Stop.
away a little and
He's got a
Starts
twinkle
to-
in his eye.
starts to dissipate, kind of.
Oh, like there's streams of energy almost coming off of his
It
eyes.
ends
He's-
though. It stops
yeah.
and it clears away.
He's
Cool.
reading our auras.
And he says,
What color's my aura?
Swear to God, Jack.
I don't know what that means.
I'll tell you later. How about that?
All right.
"You are seeking truth here
Yes.
in this city
Yep.
of ruins, and you have come across the Kopash tribe."
Kopesh tribe?
Kopar
That's you
tribe.
guys? That's all this?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a small amount of us shown to keep you friendly.
Oh,
As you travel armed, we must also show you that we are not helpless.
that's fair. We're not here to really fight or raid or anything. We're actually here to get to another part of the city. We're just passing through.
Traveling through this city is dangerous, and you are people of danger. I shall send... Oh, where was her name? There it is. I shall send Rehan with you. She will take you to the edge, the new edge of our territory.
Rehan? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
The woman kind of
That with the baseball bat?
over. Yeah.
Cool.
She's holding the baseball bat over her shoulder right now, like Harley Quinn.
Yes, Jack, the hot girl with the baseball bat.
Well, the okay looking girl with the baseball
Oh
bat.
my gosh, thank you.
Apparently, because this game puts a number to it, which I love.
He
Most
says,
80s thing ever.
Yeah, really.
a baseball bat filled with dinosaur teeth.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And-
let's
and
see what
rolling
happens
for
when
your
something gets
physical
hit with
beauty.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, rolling for your physical beauty. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Oh, I love the baseball bat too. Don't get me wrong. Evan loves her, but Jack
If you like me,
She's not
yes or
unattractive.
no.
She is standing there kind of eyeing all of you. Jack's wearing his armor. Can Jack's face be seen through his mask?
Yeah. Well, especially if I hopped off, he probably took it off so he could talk to him. He
Gotcha.
probably just has his whole helmet off.
Gotcha. All right, and this is now... Our area used to be larger, but the tunnels are no longer our haven.
Things living down there, I guess.
We've been having difficulties with the rat men.
The rat men.
Yes.
Okay.
Recently, a bunch of them died off. Some illness took them. Good riddance. But they breed
Good
so
riddance to the
fast.
rodents, right?
Yes. They steal our food. They take our territory, drive us out of it. They compete with us.
Okay.
This disease, has it been transmitted to your people?
No.
You
Did
might
not
want
affect
to
any of my people.
you want to burn those tunnels before you start moving back in. Then
The disease seems to have run its course as far as I can tell, but when we move in, I will make sure that my people will be safe and healthy.
Yup.
It has been 2 years, but for the Ratmen, that is enough to refurbish some of their number.
Okay.
Are you asking for our help?
I'm telling you, I will put you at the mouth of those tunnels. Those tunnels will get you anywhere south of here.
We just got to carve our way through a couple dozen rat men to get there. Which
What you do from there is your decision. You cannot take the tunnels, but above them are strangers to our land that we don't know very well.
so
Strangers
rather
to
the
your
devil you
land.
know. What'd you say?
What type of strangers to your land?
Humanoids. We haven't had too much luck. They are very evasive.
Many of them.
I wouldn't say many, but they leave a wake.
What do they look like?
We haven't gotten too good of a glimpse.
What did they leave behind?
Corpses mostly. Dinosaurs, a couple of the competing tribes. They're in Blackhawk's territory, and the Blackhawks are far less kind than us.
These humanoids, this group, you know how big? How many? Big army? Is it like a small group?
A sizable force. We
Okay.
haven't counted.
Are they stealing anything?
They are
from the-
damaging our enemies,
Right.
but they have stopped damaging our enemies. They're an unknown. The Ratmen are not technically advanced. They are numerous and clever.
Have
But
you
the
seen
other
the
force is completely unknown to us.
Have you seen the corpses of the people that these groups leave behind?
Yes?
What kind of weapons do they use?
Lasers.
Lasers.
Some blades. A missile was heard firing as well as a railgun. It has quite hurt the Blackhawks tribe. Not enough for our purposes. but
That's some
enough.
expensive ordnance they're using. Have you heard vehicles of any kind?
At least one major engine.
Ground or
Sounded like
air?
a low air, as well as some kind of hover cycle. These are just simply what my scouts tell me.
I understand.
I have not seen them personally.
Has any other group passed through here in the last 6 months?
We have done trade with a number of different groups. Traded weapons, traded supplies for those heading further south. We're welcome to trade with you as well, should you need anything.
I'm looking for a group of about 3 people. They came
don't-
through about 6 months ago, probably.
I have 3 people specifically. I have not encountered a group with 3 people specifically. I've encountered a group with 7. And I've encountered a group of 5 who look more like your friend next to you, and he nods over at Jobra. They say they want us in their war, but we have our own wars to fight.
Who is
Has-
this?
Do you think the Blackhawks have surrendered to these unknown humanoids?
I think the Blackhawks have stopped antagonizing them and let them... The Blackhawks do not surrender. But they do back down when they know what is good for them. With the devastation, the Blackhawks are down to about half-sized now.
Sounds like a lot of messy. Seems like the Rat Men are a better option for us.
There's a lot of territory in our city, and a lot of varying forces. I call it city only in memory. The city
Sure.
remembers being a city.
The people who looked like me, which group were they? The 5 or the 7?
They were the 5. I believe they also headed towards the underground.
Seems
But
like
the
another good
unknown-
reason to go underground.
The unknown humanoids were on top.
Yes.
Do you
The
know
group
if they're
of 7 headed back north.
The battlegrounds or the corpses, the aftermath, any of the aftermath on the way of that mysterious humanoid group, was there a tribe that they annihilated that I could take a look at? I know that's a weird request, but I
Rahan
would
could
like to
guide
see
you
them.
there if you want.
I would like that, yes. All
You
right.
understand what I'm using you for, yes?
Yeah, you want us to go and eradicate your rat problem.
Or to investigate another one for us.
Eradicate.
That's
All
a
right.
big word.
Either way we go, Rohan's gonna come with us.
For some distance, yes.
All right. So we'll protect Rohan. Rohan can bring you back the info because I don't think we're gonna.
Rayhan.
Rayhan, I don't think we're gonna be circling back here for you.
Isn't Rohan from Lord of the Rings?
Rohan.
The Riders of Rohan.
No, it's
Nope.
Rihan, right?
This is Rehan. Rehan.
Rayhan. Well, she can come back then after we. Well, we'll make sure that she gets the intel, gets the info. If we go through the tunnels, I can assure you we'll probably smash through a lot of those rats. And if we go up top, we can give Rayhan, she'll be with us, so she'll see all the stuff we see. That sound like a good deal? And I mean, if we die, she can bounce, head back to you, and let you know.
Of course.
Right?
We have no debt to you.
Didn't expect you to. So yeah, sounds like a good deal.
Would you share food with us, or are you in a rush?
Do we have food? I think I have some rations.
They're asking us to have dinner with them.
Yeah.
Like, as a
We would-
courtesy.
We would be
Oh.
honored to break bread with you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you talking
Or-
about?
Gorp. Rating Gorp.
Is it getting late? How long have we been traveling?
It's not getting late. It's kind of midday now. Well,
Never
kind of
hurts to
getting
make new friends.
around 11 at this point.
We would be honored to.
All right, I'm outvoted.
Porter steps down and says, "Mercenary, there is plenty of time for killing."
Yeah, like now's the time for killing.
Y'all wouldn't happen to have an armor repair kit on you?
I would really appreciate that. That would be good.
Thinks for a second, says, will help you with that." And the one with the wires on his beard.
Namaste.
Running through what looks to be some of their territory is a ley line.
Oh shit.
So you see they move closer to that ley line, and you see a hut made purely of dinosaur skin that's kind of radiating magic at a very small nexus point.
Can I see ley lines? Are they like above the ground? Or they're below the ground, aren't
Now,
they?
ley lines are above the ground. However, during the daylight, they're very difficult to see unless you know what you're looking for.
Okay.
But at night, sometimes when they're extremely at the peak, like during a full moon, you
They
can
glow.
definitely see them
That's cool.
at night. During the day, they're a little tougher to see, but psychics can sense their rough location. But Jovra and Iola can definitely see them.
It's almost like where you put civilizations. If you're making a map, you always put civilizations near water. It seems like ley lines are akin to that, where it's like they're
It's a
always near a
resource.
river. Yeah, it's like an important resource. I like that.
Yeah. And they seem to have taken the nexus is of two ley lines that appear to be like 2 blocks across. Like 2 blocks one way, 2 blocks the other. It's a very small,
A
not
small
super
nexus,
powerful.
Yeah.
But it's
Mhm.
still a nexus, and they
Mhm.
apparently have put a hut there that radiates magic.
Cool.
It clearly looks like a number of them built this for a long time, and you see it's well defended as well.
All right.
Do you have a
Uh,
feel for what it does?
Is it?
Or-
Would Jover know that it's similar to an Atlantean pyramid?
It's not exactly similar to Atlantean period. Give
But-
me lore
but, like-
magic, both of you. Or,
Probably serving.
I don't have lore magic. I have to have fairies and creatures of magic.
well, there are no fairies and creatures of magic in there.
I got a 48 out of 60.
All right, so this place looks like some kind of medicine hut, but it's giving off major healing vibes. You've heard of people who can revive those close to death, and this is that kind of thing. Building this takes years and an immense amount of PPE. This tribe's main resource is the ability to heal their warriors from the brink of death.
Impressive.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
Flo would be very interested in that.
You are not allowed inside. No one but the wounded, and no one but those who need it may enter.
How is he supposed to fix my armor? Does he
He
come
pulls
out?
you over to a side. You see you go down into a building where there is. It looks like there once was a massive powered furnace here, but they knocked bits of it out to turn it into a forge.
Cool as fuck. Okay.
And he
Nice.
pushes a button on the wall, and you hear the sound of starting a stove, click, 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 and then the forge just, and then he turns the knob down a little. He says, "All right, this is gonna look weird to you. Hand me the armor.
All right.
Also, what are you giving me to do this?"
What's you going rate? You guys trade, right? Not really credits.
Eclipse are more rare for us than others. I can charge them, but when we lose them, we have to find new ones. So 2 Eclipse, and I will repair your armor to its maximum capabilities, unless you want me to do something fun with it. Can you do magic?
I can't do magic, man. I'm just a person.
Okay.
But I got this big fucking arm. And I got a cool bike outside. That's
roll
about
2d6 real quick.
Okay. 3 and 1 equals 4.
4. You have 4 PPE. All right. So he says, it looks like your potential isn't strong enough to use any of my fun tricks.
All right. I mean, you could always talk to Jover or Iola of my group. They're big magic users. They could probably use some
yeah, but they haven't
shine.
Paid me anything yet. All right. So what he does is there's a giant thing of dinosaur poop and ground up MDC rock. And he takes his bare hand, reaches into the dinosaur poop, covers it in MDC rock, and rubs it into your armor slowly.
Like,
Yeah.
He's
Now you
covering your
listen.
armor with
Wizard.
dinosaur
He
shit.
puts his
Now you
hand
listen.
into
I know
the
that I'm in
fire.
the middle of your tribe, but if this is some sort of fucking prank to make poop all over my arm, I'm gonna shove you in that fucking furnace.
You're welcome to try.
Fucking will if that shit doesn't fix.
You see, as he's grinding it in there, it is filling the gap, and you see it kind of solidify. Now, what he's doing will leave little bumps.
Oh yeah, it'll look like
Scars were-
scarred. Fuck
It
yeah.
looks like your
Hell
armor
yeah.
was scarred.
So
at
my
the end of
armor's
this.
probably got a couple of good bullet holes and scratches from knives and stuff. So this is probably the biggest thing though on that. Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
it's a big claw, leaving 4 marks right across.
Not bad.
And it definitely catches the bottom of your faceplate.
Yeah, it would have ripped me in half if I
It
didn't
would've-
have my armor.
If you didn't have your armor, it would have torn your throat clear now.
Yeah. Nice.
But what he's doing is grinding it in there, and then
Holy shit.
no, Jack, not nice. We need you alive. No, Jack.
and then
Not
pulls
nice.
it, puts it in the fire very briefly to try to harden it. Hardens, and he pulls it out, and he puts it on a peg hanging on the wall, and he says, "That'll need an hour to cool."
Very cool. You can just do that with poop and rocks.
I could do that with pretty much anything.
That's pretty crazy kind of magic,
You
man.
sure got a lot of poop and rocks, though.
I guess use what you got, right? All right, so I can
Oh, it also the poop and rocks also have little bits of sparkles of quartz in there.
Oh, that's pretty.
So you've got some sparkly
shiny.
dino poop.
You glitter.
And you glitter a tiny bit,
No.
but it's not like
I do not. No, I do not.
it's not. It's
so
just
I absolutely
tiny bit of
do
shine.
not. I
It's-
do not glitter.
it's not reflective.
Okay.
It's not refractive at all. It's doesn't come
I'll
off of
add
it.
the stickers later.
You will not add those. I will roll in a fire to get rid of them.
He says, "No, I could add a layer of now. You want me to cover up all the
Craft herpes.
quartz pieces,
The what?
No.
the quartz chunks in the material,
No.
in the
Is
seeds.
anybody
Is that the
else
shiny
with
stuff?
Jack right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I'd rather it not be reflective. I don't want to catch the light if we're on a night mission or something.
Is
Cool.
anybody with Jack right
Yeah,
now?
I
or-
think
am
Matt-
with Jack right now.
Okay, yeah, Thruck him or
Jack, push him out.
Matt
Harkness came
Black
down
or
there too
Matt-
because
or
he
Matt
needed some
Green.
armor repair, I believe.
Yeah.
He pulls out of his pocket a gray object about that big with a little black tip, and he pulls the tip off,
It's a marker.
and he starts coloring in
He's
with a
Sharpieing
Sharpie
it.
the little bits.
Oh my god, yes!
He's like, "That should stay."
That's so
That'll
good.
cover it.
All right.
So good.
Like what
These
I do
things,
with my
if you have any
church.
more of these things, I can trade you something.
Have any
What
more
is that?
things?
It's a Sharpie.
Sharp
I mean,
head.
I have a whole bunch of markers. I don't know what brand they are.
It's not even sharp. Is it? Is it like some sort of magical knife?
I mean, there's a little bit of a chisel point on the tip.
Oh yeah, look at
But
that.
it's just a marker, and he sniffs it real quick and puts the cap back on. Put it in his
Wait,
pocket.
can I get a sniff of that?
Okay. It smells like chemicals and
Yeah, all right. Yeah, but it's good though. Not bad, not bad.
What markers do I have, Kevin?
Harkins
what
comes in and
markers do
watches
you
us
have,
huffing,
Kate?
huffing markers.
I don't know. They're just, it says a set of markers. That's
Up
all
to
I
two.
was given in the equipment list.
then you have the color-coded Sharpie pack that you get at Staples.
Yes. I'm sorry,
I put
Fox
2
Bear's
laser
remark
pistol
is the
clips
best.
down in front of him and go, here.
He's gonna put poop all over it.
I know. I
Is-
watched him do
that's
yours,
good.
Jack.
Now we could have some fun with.
How so?
Jover's gonna go in because she's hearing all this armor talk.
Yeah.
Everyone's
go
having a
into
good time.
I just want to
I'm
see what's
not-
going on in here.
I have 3 more eclipse, by the way. So if you guys, you know
I'm
what,
staying
If
out
you
with
guys
the
want some
vehicle.
on me.
I know. I have 3 eclipse.
I do too.
We have
there
7
you go.
clips from the laser pistols.
Looks at your armor and says, "Now I could make it glow."
Why would I want my armor to glow?
Yeah, you wouldn't. I'm
Yes.
trying to think of what I can do though.
Could that add to your your crazy eyes that you give people?
No.
There's
I
no
don't
way to like
think
make it
it
like
would.
glow red and like you'd be like scares the shit out of people even more.
I mean, he could have 2 bionic eyes that are both red, but that would require him literally taking his own eyes out. of his
Yeah, I mean,
Why
I
are
didn't
we even
choose.
talking about
I didn't
this?
choose this. This wasn't an
Hi.
aesthetic choice. The fact that it glows red is because it's cheap as fuck and doesn't
So,
look like a real eye.
what I
That's
could
why
do
it looks like.
With your armor
Cuckoo,
Is-
cuckoo, cuckoo.
is give it
I
the
was
sh-
giving
give it
options.
the scales.
What do you mean? Give it the scales.
The scales of one of the hidden beasts.
Okay. What does
You,
that do?
with your
Camouflage.
potential, would be able to effectively harness your potential to what was the name of that spell? Concealment?
Get
No,
sneaky.
not concealment. What is it? Oh my god! I just saw Cloak of Darkness.
Cloak of Darkness is so good.
Cloak of darkness.
Now, that's gonna take 5 eclipse to do.
Like the new band name.
Yeah.
Do
Cloak
take
of
5 eclipse to do, and and it'll cost you 12 ISP to trigger.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right, so he goes back into his workshop, pulls out just a giant stack of what look to be like dinner plates shaped like dinosaur scales. They are stiff, they are hardened, they are just a solid piece. And what he does is he starts bending them like very slowly, very slightly. And he starts laying them onto your armor and then pulls out of his pocket a tiny tube, which he then spreads down and then slaps the scale onto it. And then he's basically super gluing these scales to your armor, and underneath that bit of armor, he's putting this black kind of crystalline substance underneath each scale, and he's pressing it in, and it's
It
staying.
sparkle.
It doesn't. The dinosaur scales do not sparkle. In fact, though
Darn.
it will look like you're wearing kind of like a dark scale plate armor,
Hmm.
but it will. And he can limit the effects to only the scales to only certain areas for aesthetically, if you want to keep how your armor looks.
Sure. Well, I wear a long
You wear the
coat over
coat
it
over it.
anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. So he just does the shoulders and the chest.
Sure.
And he says this effect will radiate out, but you might have to take off the coat for full effect.
Right on. And so what does this do?
It is the spell Cloak of Darkness.
Sure. What does that do?
Let's look. Oh, there it is. Magic close to the caster in a field of darkness that follows him or her everywhere. You can see perfectly within it, but those outside cannot see in. At night, it renders you virtually invisible, though you can be detected by infrared and heat sensors. Furthermore, the aura may noticeably obscure part of the background area, making it a little obvious that way. In combat, those who attack you are from any distance beyond 5 feet are -3 to hit you, unless using optics, and even then they are -1. Those who step into the darkness will see you without difficulty, and there's no penalty unless they step outside the 5-foot radius. That will last for 12 minutes. And it's you plus a 5-foot radius around you.
So, do I have 12 uses of it? If
No.
I use it for like
Every time you spend 12 ISP, you can trigger it.
All right. This is great. Thank you.
Well,
I asked him what he could do for me.
for you, matters what you're going to give me. I'm suddenly finding myself wealthy in Eclipse.
Are Eclipse no longer of value to you?
They're of value, but they're flooding the market.
What about with something like this? And I will pull the same color Sharpie that he just used out of my bag. But only that one.
I mean, that's a good...
I know.
That's better.
I know.
You did say you were looking for that.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of markers.
I could also take a shit over here if you want, because I need to rub that into some stuff.
Also, you could go fuck yourself.
I like this fucking guy.
I mean, would
I
you
smell
like
the marker again.
Would you like a different color instead?
What do you need? What are you looking for? I could do a couple of minor things. I'm not... Do you need something loud? You need something quiet? What do you need?
What do you want, Jovra?
You've got a lot going on with you. I don't know that there's anything I can give you can't do.
What do you mean? You can't help me at all?
Well, you're a caster. I don't know exactly your power set, but I can build you a dinosaur claw. But that arm, I've seen the tattoos before. I don't think you need it.
I see.
But yeah.
Can you make me harder to hit?
Give me a little bit to think about it, and I'll get back to you in about after lunch. All right. So let's go out. All right. So you were brought out into a big, not exactly a feast, but there is fresh meat. There's fresh vegetables. There's a couple of fruits, limes, some tomatoes. A large feast is laid out in front of you, and the priest or the chief gets up, stands on the table, and gives the blessing to all of you and says, "These strangers have come to us, and we are fortunate that they come in peace and will grow in peace."
Just as a matter of when everybody was in doing that, I was helping them get prepped and stuff.
People are kind of avoiding you. But if you keep trying to help, they will eventually just give in and hand you things to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
All right.
carrying things to the table and stuff.
Yeah. And with that, we're going to go take a short break.
Woo! We'll be right back after these messages. See you all in a
Yay!
minute. Bye!
Bye, everybody!
Hang out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to ruinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel while getting podcasts a week early, gaming articles that are published on Patreon first, a shout out during our break, and more, head on over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg and throw us a buck or $5. And last, but certainly not least, help out the party. Subs and bits not only support the stream, but also every 500 bits or a tier 1 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a reroll or system equivalent, and every 1000 bits or tier 2 sub gives a player or DM of your choice a crit or system equivalent. Thanks again for hanging out with us today. The game will be back in just a few minutes. I won both our secret Hitler. I didn't die. I won both our secret Hitler game by fooling the crap out of Fox, and our werewolf game by getting someone else to not believe Fox, and it was really good for me, and I felt really good about it.
The Jackbox game where you have like two.
Wait. Okay, tell me how you beat Fox on
No, I'm not
Jackbox.
gonna know.
Okay, I just want to. Oh, okay. Fox will know this. We're coming back in, Al. Okay, I can't be the only person who knows the Dark Crystal song by Crystal Method, am I?
Is this some 80s thing? Some 80s
no, it's
thing?
not from the 80s.
All right, I don't know.
No, it's from when you were a child in the 90s.
I was a small child in the 90s.
Fox, I told you Fox would know. Fox knows.
Yeah.
Fox.
I got the
Fox
spell that I
knows.
was giving
So
Harkins
Fox wins.
Yes.
while I was describing the spell, between the time that I named the thing I was giving him and then actually read it aloud, it changed because I looked at the wrong thing.
It's
It's actually the chameleon spell, which is you can find it on your own. It's very good.
Fine.
Unless you would prefer Cloak of Darkness.
No, absolutely. That as nice as that sounded to have, it seemed like I could only use it at night, and it was a 5-foot bubble around me, which seems worse.
Well, you can see through it.
Are we back in? Can people see our faces?
I'm running around in a
Or are we
5-foot, really obvious bubble of darkness. I'm good without that. It's like
Okay,
my
so
Somber
just
from
like-
Vampire. I'm super good. I'll totally take Chameleon over it.
Gotcha.
Are we just arguing over the phone or the voice, and no one actually sees us?
No,
yeah,
they can
it's
see us.
Trip Like I Do.
We're
It's the
live.
Dark
Oh, hi,
Crystal song by
guys.
Crystal Method. Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, we're back.
That was the most not introed intro.
Whatever.
Previously, I had
Hi.
the group
Whatever.
has gotten to Atlanta, fought some things. Jover scared off all the beasts with a single spell because I rolled 8, 4, 8,
Oh.
real low.
That's a useful fucking spell. We got to remember that you have that.
Yeah, when you're surrounded by animals, there's plenty of
Yeah.
things that just ignore it. All right.
All right, true. Would the giant tardigrade count?
Hard to say. I don't think it would. Though those things barely counted, but they counted. So, you were bartering with a wizard in town who was a techno wizard in town among these wilderness people who seems to be kind of using a lot of raw materials in a way that kind of melds techno wizardry and what is called eco wizardry. And Ohm, the enchanter,
And then we were having dinner.
Yeah, with lunch.
Lunch.
Because it's midday. All right, so after lunch, he's thinking, and then he says, now, little Miss Iola, this might be a thing you can do. I don't know what your abilities are. I know you're magical. Also, it's clear that you're some kind of fairy. I don't know if you can do this, but it's something that I can do. And he pulls out a bunch of he goes like this along his chest, and you see him run his hand over what look to be a bunch of tiny like diamonds, and it's kind of like those sequins that flip one way or another. He runs his hand across his chest like this, and then 3 others of him appear.
No, I can't do that.
Really? Huh.
All he's got to do is rub his bedazzle.
Well, I had to enchant it. I had to find the stones. I had to
Rub his
inlay it.
bedazzle.
Don't you
And
put
he
those
flips
on with
it
a
all
hot
back.
glue gun?
That's down.
Mm-mm.
This says for your entire marker set, and I will need something else. Because this is not cheap to do. It's a lot of hard to find small stones. We don't have those kind of mages here.
What else do you require?
I could always use crystals, metals, weaponry. I wouldn't trust you all to bring me a dinosaur corpse. That's what my people are for.
I have some gems. Would any of those be useful?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna toss out a diamond.
How
and
big?
See. I don't know. It's whatever you gave me.
Okay, so it's about that big. It's a decent size for a diamond.
No, it's like whatever Jover gave me, but then you told me what they were worth.
Okay, then it's actually a
Yeah.
little bigger. And he goes, yeah, that'll do. And he just puts it down, hits it with a big hammer, and then scoops it up, and like puts it into 2 little piles, and puts one pile in a little tube, and then the other pile he starts like putting you. I'm gonna need your armor to do this.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
Or
give him
your
the armor,
jacket.
and I'm gonna give him.
Or your jacket.
Let's do my jacket. I'm gonna give him all of the markers except one, and I'm gonna tell him I lost it.
He buys it. So how do you want your jacket to look? Do you want to have like the short studs, like the stud spikes, the flat spikes?
I think
You know
that
what I mean?
the jacket already has a little bit of spikes on it, so if they just blend in with that, it would make the most sense.
Yeah. So
those
what
like
I'm
stud,
thinking
those
of-
short studs. Yeah.
Yeah, not like the pointy spikes.
No,
but
no,
the
no.
ones
The,
that are
like
little,
yeah.
those. He grinds the diamond, half the diamond, into those. Pours out sap that he puts back in. He puts a little teapot in his forge, pulls it out, and pours sap over them. And as you're looking at the sap, you see other streams of sap falling down next to it. It's giving that illusion effect. And he says, now, piercing them, if anyone hits the false ones with iron, it'll break it. It's gonna confuse people, which is fine. And stat-wise, it gives you a bonus of +2 initiative, +2 dodge, and +1 strike. Viewers may be able to see through it with a -4 versus magic. So they have to roll their normal save -4. It's only usable on you, lasts 1 minute, lasts 4 minutes, we'll say, and costs 7 PPE.
Okay. Okay.
It's basically the spell multiple image.
Okay.
And as he puts your coat back on you, he puts his hands on your shoulders and like rubs them sideways, and like 2 of you appear on each side of you, or one appears on one side and 2 appear on the other, and they all mimic your movements exactly.
Does that go with the aesthetic of like the whole like sort of punk vibe that you have? Because isn't it like it's like stones on the instead of like
It's
spikes,
like
is it
diamonds
like,
it was already studded, and I think it
Mhm.
just got rubbed into the studs already, so it's like kind of sparkly studs now.
That's
right?
awesome. That's so
Yeah.
fucking cool.
That's
yeah.
so Lila.
You're like a sparkle
Holy-
punk. It's just, that's perfect because you're a
Yes.
fairy. You're a fucking
Yeah,
wizard
exactly.
fairy.
It's
Oh,
so
man.
good.
Sparkle punk. I love
Yes.
Now
it.
he says, no, that's just on the
Sparkle
jacket. It's not
punk.
on the armor, so don't.
Yeah.
Oh, sparkle punk.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Rayhan's not really talking to anyone at dinner. Or at lunch. She's sitting back with her legs like up on someone else's chair.
I would like to approach her because she's going to be our guide.
Yeah, she's got the baseball bat next to her on the ground. Leaning
Alright.
back, and she's like, "Yeah,
Hey, Jack, you're Rayhan, right?
yeah."
All right. So a couple of questions. First, these rats. And second, the mysterious people. Do you know anything about this mysterious humanoid group? Anything more than your chief told us?
That's the second question. The first question, the entirety of what you just asked me was
Right.
2 questions, the rats, and then you ended that sentence?
Yeah. But I don't. So there's one thing that I care about way more than the other one. And the humanoids one is the one that I care about way
Then
more.
why
than
didn't you
the
start
rats.
with that one?
Because my brain didn't work that fast. I cannot looking. Listen, I just got a guy rub poop all over my clothes. There's a bit much going on. I'm trying to figure something out. So these humanoid groups, if you didn't get a look at them, did you get a look at their like aftermath, the corpses they left behind?
Yeah.
And I look at the coalition assault rifle that she has.
Yeah.
Did it look like their work at all?
Who? Go the
Coalition.
the skulls? No.
Yeah. No, it didn't look like them.
I mean, it looked like a bunch of lasers and maybe a missile. And
Was
heard
it-
some railguns, but it wasn't. No one left any shards of black armor behind. Well,
Did it look efficient?
it was
Like
messy as
people who
hell.
knew what they were doing.
It looked like one guy knew what he was doing, and the rest did not.
Okay. All right.
It looked like there was a couple of knife wounds that looked real bad.
Like precise.
Yeah.
Does that ring a bell at all?
Not specifically.
Okay. All right. But none of these humanoids have died. With all the people that they've been killing.
Bits of the knife wound had flint in it.
Flint. Okay.
Or
all right,
one,
that's
well,
probably
one
not
was
them.
one was some kind of crystal, I don't know. And the other one was like
that I don't think
onyx,
that would
maybe,
be
or a flint.
correlation.
I don't know.
Right? They wouldn't use things like that. They would use steel.
Who?
I would assume, right? Coalition.
The coalition definitely wouldn't use crystal weapons
Okay. Cool.
because that
All right.
requires some level of enchantment.
All right. Then. Second question: these rats.
Uh-huh.
Are we dealing with a couple dozen, a couple hundred? Sounds like they produce rapidly.
Yeah, but the plague really wiped them back.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
You know. It's hard to tell because they're down there, they're hidden, they're rat people.
More than a few, less than a billion. Is that what we're looking at, basically?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't clog the hallways and they know to run.
All right.
They don't fight to the death.
Okay.
If they have a chance, they don't fight to the death.
That's good. That's good. Good and
None of
bad.
us are looking to
That's
die
the situation.
out here.
All right.
We're just
And,
looking to
what
get our
kind of-
territory back.
What kind of weaponry do they have?
Whatever they can
Guns,
scavenge.
spears.
Recently, though, they've got more guns recently.
All right. They know how to use them.
Well enough.
And are there any variations? Like I assume a rat man. It's like a man, but he's a rat. So are there any ones that are like 9 feet tall and fucking spit fire? You know what I mean? Or any crazy shit like that?
I overheard some talking about Craig once. Their king. And they talked about him like he could spit fire, but I've never seen him.
All right. Okay. All right, cool. Oh, the tunnels. About how sturdy. Explosives, no explosives.
I wouldn't recommend explosives, but they've lasted this long.
All
They've
right.
been flooded, unflooded.
Yeah, I get you. That's good. Where'd you get that bat?
It was made for me. My mother made it.
That's pretty badass.
She gets a wicked look on her face and says, "Want to see what it does?"
Yes.
She hits you with it.
In my face. I'm not wearing armor. Remember, my armor
Not
has
in
to
your face. She's not aiming for
my
your
poop
head.
armor has. That's fine.
So,
Oh my god, they're making friends. Oh.
Meet cute. She hit me with a bat.
Aww.
All right, so make a save versus horror factor.
Oh, Jack's falling in love.
Combat, right?
This is how you flirt. You hit each other with baseball bats.
Horror factor. Does horror factor resistance increase when I level up?
Rarely.
Okay, so it's still at 2 then. Because I haven't
Probably,
increased.
yeah.
5.
5. All right, so as she hits you with this bat, you hear directly behind you a breath. A hot, warm breath. You look over and you
spin around. Oh, I don't look over. I fucking spin around with the vibro claws out and like
as you do that with your arm, you think you would be cutting through
so I cut through the table
gigantic
instead.
dinosaur just slavering right next to you. And as you threw, your brain suddenly goes, "Oh no, I missed perfectly between its teeth. It's coming to get me." And then she pulls out a piece, and then she throws basically an iron chunk through it, and it dispels.
Wait, I turned around and there was a dinosaur. I was seeing a giant dinosaur?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So I swing through, I see its teeth, and I
you
fucking
rationalize missing it.
Yeah, like I went through like its mouth and I go, fuck, run, and I take out the shotgun and then whoop. So I'm just standing there like an asshole in the middle of
the kids are laughing at you.
At that, Hello comes over and just stands by you.
No one else saw the dinosaur.
Oh, yeah. Are you all right, Jack?
Yeah, just keep everybody on their toes. Point. I want to turn around. That was fucking awesome. You make people see shit with your bat.
I'm gonna pat you on the head as you're talking to her.
Ow, Jesus, hello. Those arms.
Yeah, it's also not so bad in a fight. I didn't power it up. I didn't want to hurt you too bad.
Yeah, no, I'm good. But that was
She only did like SDC damage to your armor. Just I didn't power it up.
So that can actually do.
Oh yeah, I can knock the head off a robot with this thing.
I took my health down by like 6.
Don't even. You're
Okay.
fine. She didn't smack you in the face with the bat. She just tapped it against your armor, basically.
That's pretty sick. What's its name?
I call this the Louisville Horror.
Louisville Horror.
Oh.
Does that ring a bell with Hello at all? Because Jack doesn't know what Louisville Slugger is.
on the baseball bat itself, it says Louisville Slugger.
Oh, okay.
And there looks like there was some kind of signature on the bat, but it's hard to make out now.
Huh. Where's Louisville?
I don't know.
Fucking cool, man. And you were able to make that with dinosaur teeth?
I didn't make it. My mom did.
Your mom was able to make that with dinosaur teeth?
Time, effort, dinosaur teeth, belief, pure magic.
You guys have a lot of problems with Coalition?
Nah. We traded for this.
Who'd you... Not with Coalition.
Listen, I've heard of the Skullman named Coalition, but I've seen a giant flying skull once. We just ducked.
Yeah, don't.
And missiles started hitting it from another direction, but
Yep.
yeah. That was way up high and way off. We
Yeah, those are
decided
bad
that's
news.
not our problem. But
No, if they come by, I would try to avoid them.
yeah, I mean, noted. But yeah, we it was a let's see. It was no, I didn't trade for this here, which technically I'm not supposed to do. But like the chief's supposed to get a cut of everything.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I told him I found it, but really I got it from some cyborg dude.
Smart.
Said it was
Mine
too small for
nearby.
his hands. Give me a perception check. Roll d20. Add 2. Get above 12. Roll d20 and get above 10.
I'm literally standing behind Jack, just having my arms, like my hands just resting on his shoulders, just in case he goes off again.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you are near enough by to hear her say that.
The cyborg by himself?
I didn't. What cyborg? I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard what you said.
She's cool. She doesn't care.
There's a little farther off. A couple other people I didn't talk to.
Cyborg give you a name? Big
Yeah,
Mike?
Said he was Big Mike. Tried to hit on me.
Yeah. When did they come through? And I'll kind of edge toward her and kind of keep it quiet so she's not getting in
She's
trouble.
like, listen. All right. I brought them through our territory real fast and quick, like, because they gave me the gun.
That's fine. Where'd they go?
They were headed south like y'all. I
When?
didn't drop out the tunnels about a month ago.
Okay.
Your group seems to be traveling much more quickly than most others.
Yeah, we have we got places to be, things to do.
I'm looking for them.
Well, if they seem to be headed south.
Okay.
Towards some of the old ruins. Those old ruins are kind of dangerous, though. No one really controls them.
Like the ruins as in like the castle, or is this different ruins?
In the
Oh,
city?
I mean the ruins in the south of the city.
Oh.
Now they say there's a lot of ghosts around there, and I've seen some ghosts in that area, but they say there's also other kinds of things alive down there.
Now, is she talking about Ella J, Georgia?
No,
Or
she's. You're more getting the idea that she is talking about the area the NEMA headquarters is supposed to be in.
Okay, so we still need to go there either way.
Yeah,
Great.
we're going there. Yeah, perfect.
Good to
Thank you.
know.
All right. We might be able to swing by and take a look, Iola. See what's going on, see if we can't find anything. Maybe they're still there, who knows? All right. Well, very cool. Do you and I wanna well, do they have like beer? Or is it just like water and
They alcohol's probably as safe as anything. They can definitely ferment things.
Okay.
what's your strongest?
That's the mezcal.
The mezcal? How long does it fuck you up for?
Well, the fact that you don't know what it is, probably days.
Alright, I don't want that. I was gonna get a beer. You guys want a beer?
No.
Yeah.
You want one, Harkins?
Yeah.
Alright, Jover?
Sure.
Alright, three
For
beers.
the road.
I go and grab them. Bring them out. Pop them off with my thumb. Oh, well, I don't know.
They are bottled with legit bottle caps and glass
Yeah.
bottles.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, but there is clearly no label on them. It is a kind of dark brown ale in a dark brown bottle. It is.
Evan knows nothing of alcohol, so I don't know what this is. I don't know what this would be. Okay.
But yeah, so they wrap up dinner or wrap up lunch.
If we're done, I'm gonna go wingboard and try to get the kids to goof around with me.
I'll actually
Want a
go
ley
with
line,
you.
right?
Yes, the fact that you have a wingboard is impressive as hell to the kids. The kids love it. Some of the parents, you can tell, are being like, "What is that wizard doing with our children?"
Okay.
And but you're good enough and careful enough to not like drop a child from 50 feet up. And if you are, you're fast enough to catch them before they
Yeah.
Here, child. Whee!
And at some point, the chief comes over and says, "May I?" And holds out his hand for your wingboard.
Sure.
He hops on the wingboard and just goes rocketing off.
You doing like tricks and shit?
I
does
haven't
a couple
seen
of
one of
tricks.
these in years. Boom! Holy shit!
And he actually rides it upside down
Yes.
until he gets to the ground, at which point he drops, or he goes upright, drops, grabs it, and on his way down to the ground, grabs it as he's falling.
Sticks it under
and
him.
lands. No, he doesn't stick it under
Oh.
him. He's here. He jumps off, grabs it with his arm as he hits the ground
Oh, fuck
perfectly.
yeah.
You can tell he cast like a levitation at like the last minute.
Still badass.
And he hands it back to you and says, "Thank you. It's been a few years since I've seen one of those."
I'm gonna just put my. That was badass, man. Badass.
He high fives you.
Yes.
You could clearly see
Instant
this guy
street
doing
cred.
like X Games things if he
Yeah.
weren't wearing the cloak of Metro cards.
Street cred,
So
street
much.
cred. Man.
Wait, he has a cloak of Metro cards. Don't those have like chips in them?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh
They,
no.
don't they have a techno wizard that works for them?
Yeah.
Oh. Don't fuck with the chief.
No,
Ching.
don't look at me that from the beginning.
That whole motherfucking coat is a weapon, I guarantee it.
Look out, guys. Jack's doing math, guys. He's putting 2 plus 2 together.
You can tell that the chief definitely has some psionic powers and some magic.
Did you used to write a lot?
No, only occasion. Yeah, when I was younger, we had a guy that would come around with it. But we haven't seen that dude in a long time.
Camille,
Was he a fairy as well?
No, he was a wizard. He was a Leyline Walker.
Was his name Howie?
No, it was Watt.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was
Howie.
gonna ask, was he a giant jerk?
No, he wasn't a giant jerk. He was just kind of stuffy.
Oh,
God damn, did he know how to wingboard?
Leyline walkers. They kind of like that.
He had this thing where like most of our town is along this ley line, and he would just show up in the middle of people's conversations all the time. Because, ley line walkers can do that teleport for free. It was got to be a bit much, but he was a great guy. Great resources. Always had something to trade. We always wanted stories. So we got plenty of them. Jack.
GM, could I be sparring with Rohan?
Rohan's like
Rohan?
Rehan.
Rehan. I
You're
can't
Not
remember
in
it.
Lord of the Rings.
You offered to
Rehan.
spar with her?
Rehan. Yeah, she wants.
She's like, your girlfriend gonna be cool with that?
She's feeling you
Hello?
out.
I don't. What?
I walked over to watch the kids. So I'm not behind you anymore.
I don't think. No, there's not a.
Oh,
She's not
Oh.
really in there. We're trying to help her.
uh-huh.
It's a whole. Do you want to spar? His face is red and he doesn't know what to do.
Oh!
I just wanted to fight.
She goes, all right, powers or no?
Nah.
All right. So she takes off a bit of, like, on one of her hands is the claw, which she took off to eat. And on the other is like a wrap, which she undoes and places next to the claw.
I unhook.
Yeah. She is
Throw down the arm.
excellent untrained fighter.
Awesome. Yeah, but it's not like I don't want to actually. It's like just spitting around. You know what I mean? Just throwing hands.
You're well trained enough that she's not gonna hurt you too bad. You're a trained commando.
Yeah.
She's someone who has just fought every day for years. Like, she has no technique, but a lot of...
She's got that farmer strength. She just fights every fucking day. So she can probably outlast me. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to make that fight last if I had to fight her.
Yeah, but you
Bring her down fast.
Yeah. You see openings every now and then where you're like, oh, I'd really like, I could take out her knee if I hit her this way, or
I don't
commando training. But
I don't do it.
Not going for kills.
I don't do it, but I do tap those areas. Almost
taunting her.
Almost like Apache style, where they would put the red paint on soldiers they were fighting, not to kill them, but to show them that they could have killed them. Like that shit, just like bop, 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 bop.
Oh, that enrages her, and she catches you just a clear one in like the kidney, and it just kind of puts you down for a little.
I'm gonna be blood.
Oh, this ground looks so comfy right now. Hold me back.
But it's a good fight, and you know if you were fighting to kill, you would have won. But since it's a spar, she got the last good.
Yeah.
She knows it too.
She helps you up and dusts herself off.
That's pretty good. Ooh.
Yeah, stop showing off.
Notice that, did you?
All right, we should get moving.
All right.
Yeah.
I hooked my arm back on. Let's do it. Let's go kill some rats.
While they were sparring, can Jover go back to that wizard?
Yes.
The techno wizard. And she wants to know if he interacted with the, I guess, fellow Atlanteans.
I talked to him briefly. They didn't seem to want much from me, but yeah, we talked.
Did they say what they
want? What
want?
was his name? Oryx? No, what was his name? Lysander. I think his name was.
Did he say what he wanted?
Wanted us to join up with him. Some kind of grand quest crap.
Did they offer to trade anything?
Yeah, they had a couple of weird weapons. Traded for some bone, for some resources. They were trying to impress us, and they were giving us a bad feeling. The chief didn't like what they had to say.
Did any of them happen to have like any crystal weapons or anything like that on them?
That I remember. I don't think they did. I notice weird weapons. It's one of the things I like. I don't remember seeing any strange, and I notice crystals because I'm a techno wizard. I didn't see anything too, like, they were well armed, and they were covered in tattoos. They did have a techno wizard throw him. Oh wait, no, he's not a techno wizard. They did have a guy with like cyber armor. One of those what do you call them? Cyber Knights. I think that's the second one I've ever seen in my life.
They had a cyber knight with them?
Yes, but his name was Falcone, that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of a dark-skinned gentleman. Spoke Spanish and English. And American. He was telling stories. Thinks he's some kind of pirate.
Yeah, all right. That's interesting.
Yeah, when your shirt is cut to the navel, it's real different when you have cyber armor underneath.
Yes. In all of your years, and she's going to bring out the chakram that her grandmother made.
Yeah.
And she just wants to know if during his time, if he's ever seen anything like it.
No. Do you mind if I see what it does?
Sure.
All right, he picks it up and channels some PPE into it.
Mhm.
It glows and makes a buzzing noise, a very slight buzzing noise when he does it anyway. Because he's like, oh, it doesn't really like me. And he throws it at part of a building, and it makes a loud chunk as it sticks in to the MDC structure. And he's like, huh, it's not coming back for me. All right.
And
And you
then-
see it slowly power down.
Yeah.
Do you pull it back to you somehow? I don't remember if it can do that or not, but I think you can.
Yes, I can. If I spend, I can actually pull it back.
It's charged enough, and
Yeah.
if you want to do that, you just pull it right back to you.
Yes.
Clear out of the wall.
Mm-hmm. And catch it perfectly.
This is good work. It's nice. Perfectly balanced. I have no idea how that shouldn't be possible. But, you know. I've never seen magic like that.
My grandmother was a very unique woman.
Sounds like.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for showing me such a great weapon. And that was done pretty openly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of off to the side of the feast, so anyone could have seen that. All right.
Was that the poop doctor she was hanging out with?
Yeah.
Yes.
He has since washed his hands.
Dr. Poop.
Why? If he doesn't wash his hands, then they're like MDC, right? Stick his whole arms in poop.
Yeah, but it's still poop.
Stupid.
It's the poop itself is not MDC.
Right, it's the
Poop is
rocks
poop, no
that he
matter what.
rubs the poop onto.
The poop is
It's-
more of a catalyst /
Yeah.
unguent.
I like it.
Unguent
He-
is one of
so-
the best words.
Is he magic? Does he have magic in him?
He
Is
is a
that how
techno
this-
wizard. He is a human. He is a normal human.
So would
Has
you
studied a bunch of shit and then found out a bunch of just weird ways to do spells that no one else could possibly do.
so one could say that he's a shit wizard. Essentially.
I was waiting for this. I was so just waiting for
He's
this.
more of a scales wizard. A lot of his stuff has to do with
That sounds
individual
fucking
small
cool.
pieces.
a scales sorcerer.
A lot of
sorcerer
techno
scales.
wizards
That just sounds cool.
use big crystals and like solid pieces that they wrap wire around.
Uh-huh.
His seems to be to break it down and use a lot of tiny
I like it.
individual scales, individual studs, that kind of shit.
Evan appreciates it.
Yeah.
Jack considers him a shit wizard. Not a bad wizard.
He doesn't care.
He knows what he sees. This wizard specializes in poop. I love it. Are we ready to go?
Are we
Yeah.
leaving
Yes.
directly after, or are we getting good night's sleep?
It's noon.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
still
We're
We
leaving
can
directly
go.
after.
It's one.
we have
now,
we have
we'll
full
say.
bellies. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
He also
You
built
guys
these,
have full bellies.
also built these things
Yeah,
incredibly
exactly.
fast. Normally magic items like these would take a long time, but it seems like he has a lot pre-prepped.
Probably because he barters a lot and wants to. That makes sense.
Yeah, he knows time is of the essence a lot of the time for him. But yeah,
Right.
so as you make your way through the bits of Atlanta, Rehan occasionally asks you to power down the items. Oh, Merlin's there as well. Merlin's
Mhm.
still along. He's still
Oh,
there. He
Merlin.
ate with you. He doesn't have a lot to say. Merlin's.
Merlin, this is cool. Maybe you can learn some stuff.
Oh, I'm learning all the time.
Be nice, elbow.
No, I'm learning all the time. Like everywhere
that's my
you
kidney.
go.
My kidney. My kidney.
Everywhere
That's
you
the
go.
one that's been bruised.
It's bruised.
You gotta be
Baby.
picking up knowledge in your brain everywhere you go.
Merlin, are you still speaking to me?
Yeah,
Jack.
yeah, I am, Jack.
Is there music? Can I play music on these things? Hello, can you play some music, but only in my headset for the next 20 minutes?
Yep. All right.
Merlin.
And he walks away.
I'm
No, no,
gonna
I'm gonna go-
play.
I'm gonna leave Jack,
Uh-huh.
whap him upside the back of the head, and then I'm gonna go talk to Merlin for a while because someone needs to be nice to Merlin,
And I'm-
guys.
Someone has to be nice to Merlin, or he's just gonna walk into a tar pit.
No,
pit.
he's not going to
Just-
walk into a tar pit.
You
He's
are.
gonna-
He's
you
gonna
are
let
into
me
a
walk
tar
into
pit,
tar
yeah.
pit.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
play John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt on repeat in his
Oh, I
Oh
regret
my
this
God,
decision.
I'm gonna go be friends with Merlin.
It's
Merlin,
not just any version. It's like that creepy, like
it's
kids,
the Barney version.
kids bop. Yeah, like version, like a bunch of kids singing it.
Slow
And I'm
down just
I'm
a-
gonna make it that he can't turn it off. Like I will continue.
Jacob.
Jingle
Highway
And it's like that, exactly like that.
I take the headphone out.
I'm loving this. This is pleasant to listen to.
But it's just Jack's headphone.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
So you
I'm gonna just have Merlin tell Merlin how much I appreciate him, and I'm sorry Jack is a dickhole.
No,
Please
I
tell me
know.
about your life.
Well, when I was a young boy,
Yep.
his life
Yep.
is boring.
Yep, I don't care.
But the thing is, he's done some cool stuff, but he never gets to the point where he does cool stuff in his stories. He always wanders off of the point and gets kind of distracted.
So about halfway through this, I'm just gonna flash Jack the bird multiple times behind his back, and then act like I'm still listening.
I somehow know and flip the bird back. When a bird is flipped, I feel like Jack should have
It's
an
like
innate ability.
boring.
You
in the
always
back of your
know.
head.
Can that be a canon thing
It's
that he
his
knows?
psychic power? No.
It's my one psychic. If a bird is flipped, I know which direction it was flipped.
You know to peek over and then-
Two.
No, here's the thing. You're so used to people flipping you off that generally when you look in a direction, someone's flipping you off.
It's like my
You're calling
flip a
card.
coin on any given day. I will see a bird be flipped at me.
You will have earned the bird. All right. So,
That's just the way.
Merlin is a good guy, but not used to talking to people much, but incredibly good at what he does.
Can I start asking him questions to like get him back on track? Because I want to hear the cool
Yes.
stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna just try to like move him to tell me about the cool stuff.
He single-handedly evaded a coalition patrol that was hunting for him and single-handedly I say, but for him and a little girl, and basically kept her hidden for 2 weeks as this coalition kill squad came after them, and just kept moving. They had dog boys with them, so they had to cover their scent. And the little girl accidentally started fires. She didn't mean to, but she was a nascent burster. And occasionally things around them would just catch fire, so he had to keep her moving.
They were there to kill her. They were
Merlin,
trying to
you
kill
are
her
the
then, yeah.
shit, number one, and you should start with that story.
Oh, well, it's just,
No, really,
Well,
that story.
it was just me hanging out with Amanda.
Yeah, so I just think next time lead with Amanda.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, that sounds like the shit.
Yeah, she last I heard, actually I got her there myself. We got up to a place, he gets his voice real low. Have you ever heard of something called a Sascape? And this is a lore magics at a penalty or lore sonics. You don't have magics.
So
No.
can we all hear him talking?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna play like Sirenscape kind of music in his head to make his story more epic.
No, I don't have lore
No.
magics. I don't have lore.
Yeah.
psionics.
Well, it's this town full of psychics, and I got her there, and she was mighty thankful. And that was about 5 years ago, and I guess now she'd probably be around 20. Oh no, she was younger than that, I think. She was short. She was about, she's about 7 at the time, so I guess it's been about 8 years now. About
How old
15, I
is he?
guess.
Is he old? Is Merlin old?
Merlin's not especially old,
But he's not
but
especially young.
he's
either.
in his like 40s, 50s.
Okay, middle age, yeah. Alright.
But he has
Hey-
spent most of his life in the swamps.
Hey, Jack. Jack.
On Jacob, jingle armors,
Oh,
man.
fuck, Jack, in the
You know,
car.
it kind of comes around. Like at first, I was starting to fucking drive me nuts, but now it's like it's kind of soothing. I don't know.
Hey,
it's like,
Jilvra, did you?
I
You should
know,
hear the story that
right?
Merlin has.
I-
It's
I don't wanna-
completely badass.
I don't want to. I'm okay, but thank you.
I'm gonna.
Uh,
Can I tell
He starts
it?
getting real red.
Oh, okay.
Music can be
Never
so
mind.
soothing.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any other stories like that? I promise I won't shout you out to anybody else.
Not tonight.
Just for
don't
me.
listen. This has been a lot of talking for a day.
Okay, fair.
I spent a lot of time out in the swamps, just me. So being around people like this is a little takes adjusting.
Can I hug you?
I guess if you want, as long as everything's where you left it when you do.
He
She'll hug him
knows
big
you.
tight and then fly off to. Yeah, he's not dumb. And fly off to Jack's bike.
Yeah.
Here, Jack, try this one. And it goes to This Is the Song That Never Ends.
Oh fuck! Is it
I'm
serious?
going to shoot you.
Does it
in
actually
the
end?
head.
No, it's on repeat too.
All right. Are we on our vehicles? Can we be going now?
Let's go.
Rihan is starting to take y'all through the city. She takes you past the battle zone, as you had requested.
Okay. Is there a way for me to investigate the damage? Can I, can we say
Find
for
some
sure
skills.
that this,
Tell me
that
how
this-
they're applicable.
Okay.
If not, I have another plan. But just check your skills first. To see what you
Land
got.
navigation.
Not.
Are
Lord
we?
demon and monsters.
No.
Recognize weapon quality.
Maybe.
What
this
are we
one doesn't
doing?
have
Are we investigating
robots
the?
and power armor.
Yeah, you're investigating this scene. kind of.
Wilderness survival, hover cycles, sky cycles, and rocket bike stuff, because they did say that there was some sort of hardest cycle. Military, I don't think military etiquette, because that's not here. Vehicle armorer and weapon systems, maybe.
Give me a recognized weapon quality, actually.
I also have demolitions. I have pretty good demolitions.
It doesn't look like there were. Well, yeah, give me the demolitions, because that will
Demolition?
tell you more about the missile.
1 success.
All right. So
That's,
the
I
missile,
think, the one thing I'm more interested in, because those are fucking pricey.
the missile was a mini missile,
Mm-hmm.
and you've seen all kinds of hovercrafts with mini missile projectiles.
Okay.
You see a lot of shattered, just like crap on the ground, and you see that there was definitely one guy on a hover cycle, 2 other people on foot, and then another person, which was left very like the hint of footprints. Did anyone else want to look at this a little more?
Sure.
Explain this where we are to me.
Rohan or Ria, ugh.
Rehan.
We have butchered the shit out of this poor girl's
I know
name.
you've got
Ray-
And we're not
Rayhan?
even trying this
R-E-H-A-N.
time.
Is it Rayhan, I think?
has taken you
Rihan.
past the
We're not
site
even trying this time.
where Rihan has taken you past the site where the Black Hawks were attacked by this mysterious group.
Oh, okay.
And you do see there's like 1 or 2 knife like places that clearly some kind of MDC blade was used and laid into a wall. The bodies of the hawks are gone. The other hawks took them, she says, most likely. Have reclaimed their dead to bury them.
Well, Jover's got survival, wilderness, archaeology. This is what she does. She finds stuff.
Well, she finds old things.
This is a battlefield.
Yeah.
This is like a war zone.
That's like
It's different.
archaeology.
Could I use
Maybe in like 30 years.
electrical
still-
engineering possibly?
So
to
there's
check
bits
this?
of stuff on the ground
Yeah.
too, armor bits. So I believe, Maxine, you've got a power called object reading.
Yes, I do believe I saw that.
Is there a vampire lair nearby?
There is not a vampire lair within 100 miles.
Okay.
Sadly for you, I guess,
Nah.
vampires
Cool.
tend not to be in Dino Swamp. They
No, it's totally cool. I'm happy there's no vampires there.
there is no vampires that you can tell.
Oh yeah, they don't like the swamp, right? They don't like Dino Swamp. There's not a lot to eat.
I don't.
Is there
Okay.
any
See
sort
that.
of dimension activity?
There is no dimensional activity here. You don't even get the hint of magic with that. With a roll, you got a roll of a 4 out of 60, which is fantastic. So there was no dimensional thing happening here. There was no dimensional effects. There was magic used, but it's hard to pin down, and you think it seems to be some kind of like the echo you kind of get from that is a little bit of like self boost, but it's hard to tell from where or what. You do notice you find a couple of bigger chunks of armor. One of it looks like it might have come off of something bigger, but it's hard to say anything about it without someone using some special abilities or something.
I don't have anything to use here.
I bring this over. I know this is a part of something, but this is not in my what's it called?
Wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse.
Bailiwick.
What is it?
Bag of tricks.
Skill set.
Yes, skill set.
What is it you're bringing over?
It's a shard of armor.
Oh, then I will check that out.
All right. Object read has rules.
I have vehicle armor, but not.
Object read would be under magic and platonic, which is why I was not finding it in the other thing.
Yeah, that is true.
I was looking under skill set, so I was like, I don't know why.
No.
Clairvoyant.
Let me see if I think it's.
Oh, there's object read. Base skill is impression 56 plus 2 per level of experience. 80.
All right. So there's 3 things you can get: impressions, which is easier, images, and then the present. Let's see. The present can be glimpsed, but initial calls. Sometimes the second focus. You can see what the person related to this is doing now, maybe.
Okay.
So, psychometry. So go ahead and roll that percentile check. Spend the ISP.
Right down. And then I'm rolling the 100 trinket. Okay. Boop. Oh, I didn't plus 2.
That's okay. You're all good. Because it's plus 2 per level. You needed to roll under 56 to get impressions, and and this will get you images.
Yeah.
It won't quite get you the present location of its former owner, but what you get is that this is a piece of armor off of a hover bike. You kind of, in your mind, you're looking at this little piece. You focus, the camera zooms in, and then zooms out of it being a larger part of a massive hover bike with 4 flat pieces where there normally would be rotors. The rotors have been, the safety blades off the rotors have been cracked. And so the rotors just look like 4 spinning blades on the outside of the hover bike. On the side of this hover bike, you see a stylized design of a buzzsaw with a vulture head. And painted under that, it says the Buzzards. You see the man riding it has, like, his armor has extra plating around the middle, and it's kind of clear he has some bits of cybernetics underneath it, and one of his arms is clearly entirely cybernetic. He is a grizzled old man, scraggly white hair, beard, dark black skin, missing a couple of teeth. Well, he's got gold, like, metal teeth in the front. And he's not wearing his helmet during this entire fight. And he is just taking this thing and charging into people and hitting them with the sides of these buzzsaws.
So, like, when Jack gets old.
Read that how you want.
What we found was a portal to the future, and you saw a much more homicidal older Jack Shore.
Except Jack's skin isn't nearly as dark.
Not yet.
Do you describe this to them?
100% being as close to Jack's description as possible.
All right, so Jack, you remember that bike. That was the bike you didn't take.
Oh, shit.
That is the bike of Oakley Bourne.
Hail.
He's
The
one
leader,
of
I
the
assume.
the leader of the buzzsaws and one of the baddest hombres in the Pecos.
Fuck.
who sometimes hires himself out for mercenary work.
He seems to be having a, how do you put it, grand old time.
Yeah.
Slaughtering people.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's a psychopath. I vote the tunnel's full of rats. And I want to tell our guide. All right, so here's the deal. the group that's tearing ass through this place. They're called the Buzzards. All right, and they're called the Buzzard. You see my bike with the buzzsaws?
Yeah.
Okay, so they have shit like that. Their leader, Oakley, is a bad fucking guy. And I mean bad both in the way that he's a mean motherfucker and in the way that he's a mean motherfucker on the battlefield, as you can see. Hopefully I would say if he just leaves, you're good. Because he might have something he wants to go do. And he's hopefully easily distracted. But I mean, if he's here for some reason eradicating you guys, I don't know, but you would need a good bit of firepower to bring him down.
Thanks for telling us.
Yeah, but this is not someone who I don't think this is someone that you'd want to, you know,
we would
show mercy to like you did us. I mean, you may be able to pay him off, maybe, but like I said, a bad fucking dude.
This is noted. Also, hello, you get one last image of him on the bike. Oakley hears something, looks up, and sees an insectoid black faceplate, an insectoid black armor of a man holding a crystal short sword who is sheathing it, nods his head at Oakley, and starts walking.
He
Is
seems
that
to be-
motherfucker that was in the warehouse?
It is not the same person,
Oh, okay.
but it is similar armor. This is a different armor, but it is definitely another Sunaj.
And I will relay that information to the group.
And with that, what's your reaction?
Mine?
No,
Oh.
Cobra.
This is I don't know if bad is the word to describe it.
Well, now we know why they're able to peel through all these people.
Their magic is dark.
I feel beholden to do something about that.
Maybe not the rat tunnels.
Perkins, we would have to be prepared. We would have to do something called a plan. And then a backup plan.
I
Yeah.
have been
I
advocating
agree.
for that, and then I got yelled at for reminding people about it. So,
All right.
just saying.
All right. Rowan, is there a place we can just hunker down just maybe for an hour or two?
Place is gonna probably be quiet for a day. The Blackhawks won't try to reclaim this territory soon. Their numbers are too small.
All right,
But
good.
we're not gonna move in on it yet.
All right.
It's too close to the rats for us right now. The rats, I can make no guarantees about.
That's
Is there
fine.
a way that we can recruit the rats to help us against the similar cause? Can they be reasoned with?
That's something we can discuss. First, let's hunker down. Let's get somewhere
Yeah, let's get out of the
out of
open.
eyesight in case they have shit here is the first thing I'm thinking. I just want to be out of view.
That makes
And then
sense.
Agreed.
and then with a little bit of thought and a little bit of planning, maybe we can put these devils in the dirt.
So, as she shows you into what used to be a TJ Masks and Marshalls,
Nice.
she takes
Good
you up
stores.
a useless escalator, being stairs. A million people make that joke every time they see it. And into a section which is definitely easily defendable. But we see, staring out from one of the vents, a set of eyes. And then you hear a skittering. And going down into the rat tunnels, is one of the rats who looks up and says, "There are new people upstairs." And looking down at them says, "Well, guess we'll have to go introduce ourselves." A man with a steel chest plate, his red silky shirt cut down to his navel, a bandana around his head, and cyber armor on his chest, is a cyber knight standing next to an Atlantean man. And that's where I'll leave you.
No, wait. We all saw this?
No
the
one saw
camera
that.
saw it. We don't know they're coming. Oh shit! We went to the right place. Whoop!
Oh,
Did you?
damn.
Oh, we went to the wrong place. Whoops!
We went to a place. Whoop.
Someone's gonna die next session. Whoops! It's not gonna be us. I didn't know
mean,
the rats have lovely voices. There's
They
someone
do.
else upstairs.
Yes.
Peter
Aw,
Lorre rats.
I did not expect it.
Yes.
I like it.
Upstairs.
I am highly intrigued
Yes,
by
miss.
their courteousness.
To
We
that
must go
gentleman.
introduce ourselves.
That was
Woo.
awesome.
So, thank you everybody for watching. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, tabletoploot.com, sonerdwear.com, it's what the nerds wear, a wonderful map maker named Devin Rue at rueinc.com, and I was going to say Tabletop Loot, I already did, but roll20.net. Follow the link provided below and in the chat to sign up for an account. That would be fantastic. All right, so let's go around and give our outros. Jover, tell us about where we can find you, and if you got anything else or anything you'd like to comment on about the game.
I'm Michelle Ely. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle Ely. You can find me more on our Discord channel. Come, it's a safe place. We talk about cats and dice and gay feelings. It's wonderful. And I am going to have to do homework because Jover knows a whole bunch of stuff that Michelle doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Love
there's
what that
certain
happens.
things that Michelle might find out in certain homeworks, so we'll talk.
Okay.
But yeah,
That was so
Um,
cryptic, guys. Love it.
it's there's part of the books that say GM's eyes only. There are secrets below.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
just if you see that, stop reading.
Okay. I
All
will.
right. Okay. And then what else? Yeah, so thank you very much. All right. Iola.
Hi, I'm Kate. I go by Me and Midair on the Twitters and the Instagram, which I'm starting to finally use again. My latest picture is pretty awesome if you want to go check out a felt corpse flower ornament that my friend made me.
It is
Pretty
so
great. Yep, it's pretty great. And I am looking forward to next season. That is what I will say.
Oh yes. All right. Moving on to hello.
Hello. My name is That Girl at That Place on everything except Instagram, where I am Lady Skyburn. I highly enjoyed PAX. Thank you all for coming out to that. That was amazing. Had so much fun, amazing memories. And I got to meet some of you guys here in game and in the chat. That was really exciting. I think. Oh, I play a game. I was like, brain. I play a game every other Sunday, so not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday on Thread Raiders. I play Tomb of Annihilation, and I play a newly transformed Tabaxi as a barbarian. So she's the only lasting member of the original team. So come see us as we all die.
That just means the DM's doing their job in 2 minutes.
Yeah, oh no.
No, they're really doing their job. Like as of last time we played, it was me and one of the other players, and she was just like, "Well, my character would have stayed here, so it looks like you're the last one." I was like, "No." Also find me my products on Nerdy Chicken. I sell these cute little owlbear dice bags, and I'm getting ready to get a new batch sent in. So yeah, check them out and buy cute dice bags.
All right. Harkins.
Hi, I'm Sean, also known as The Rock Place. I had a great time tonight. you can find me next tomorrow on the penultimate episode of Blades in the Dark. And then on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, playing D&D in the land of 7C with a bunch of pirates. And then a whole bunch of other stuff. Got big plans for the new season, including Sorry, I'm done now.
Oh, is that the new one that you got?
That's the Rift role-playing game.
That's a really pretty
No, it's
cover.
Robotech.
It's Robotech.
I'm sorry, Robotech. Yeah, I don't know why I said
Robotech, yeah.
Rifts. Yeah, I even sang the Robotech theme song. I don't know what I'm saying.
You were just so close. Just
I just-
missed
yeah.
it by that much.
Missed it by that much. Yeah.
All right.
Robotech. Robotech. Okay, I'm done.
So, Harkins.
That was me.
Just did Harkins.
That's
Just
my
did
name.
that.
Don't wear it out.
Jericho Jack.
Hello, everybody. I'm Evan. I'm Evan Jennings64 on the Twitter. Zombie Love Juice on Instagram. You can find me every Tuesday playing Riffs, and it's great, and I love it. And tomorrow, does penultimate mean second to last?
It
Yes.
does.
Okay, so yes, second to last episode of Rips,
so crazy.
of Blades in the Dark, and I will be running that. And I run a game at home that I have on my YouTube channel called Beyond EMH, where we run an evil campaign that is also on I believe its last little bits here. So yeah, oh, this was good. I like this. Bad guy. I love it. I'm very excited. For our next game. It was good shit.
Yep. Thank you.
I want to have a
two.
motorbike. I want to have a
two.
I want to have a
four.
biker fight. I want to have a biker fight with him.
All right.
Saw blade bike.
Yes,
Biker fight?
I'm
Saw blade biker
shooting shotguns at each other and ramming into each other with saw blade bikes. I'm so stoked.
We could have subtitled this game instead of Blood, Dirt, and Chrome, Saw Blade Biker Fight, and I feel
Saw blade biker fight.
that
Saw
would
blade
still
biker
be
fight.
very Rifts. All right. So I'm Kevin. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I keep misnaming our episodes by like one. Last week we didn't make it into Atlanta. This week we did. This week we didn't make it into NEMA. I'm guessing probably next week we will.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see what you
Maybe.
able to do.
Maybe-
You
Look
spent
at-
more time talking to the barbarians than I anticipated.
Yeah, it was great.
That's fine though.
yeah.
Maybe name the next episode Shotgun Biker, Saw blade biker fight.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna call the next
Certainly
one Saw
won't
Blade
happen
Biker
until the
fight.
time
and then-
after.
Yeah, we'll
And
get
then
caught
there-
up with the rats.
There won't be a Saw Blade Biker fight at all. It'll be a bummer. Yeah.
Rats and
we'll
saw
find-
blades. If you
we'll
just name
find
it
our
rats
way.
and saw blades, you may
Yeah.
cover your bases. I think
Yeah.
that might work.
I personally am looking forward to going into the Nutcracker and just finding the world there as we go into the secret Mouse Kingdom portal. Personally, I mean, we're getting into Christmas.
I'm
so
expecting
it'd be
full
nice.
Skaven. Like I'm expecting full
Yes.
Warhammer. That's why I was like, are there like big ones that can breathe fire,
Warhammer
do
is
crazy
Grimdark,
shit?
by the way. Warhammer Grimdark.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It is
Love it.
grimmest and darkest.
Yes.
So, my name is Bisonic Kevin on the Twitters. I've been hitting it a little more.
What?
I deleted it from I deleted the app from my phone and now have to go into the webpage to check it. So it
Check what?
really- Twitter.
Twitter. He's
Twitters.
addicted to it, and it
I'm not
hurts him.
addicted
It's like
to it.
poison to him.
It's just when I'm bored and I've already finished my addiction to Discord for the day.
Yeah. I feel that, Kevin, so hard.
But you can find me tomorrow playing Sparrow, the shadowy lurk, and I'm sure no one will betray any parties tomorrow in Drop Point Nights.
No.
Everything will be perfectly fine.
Yep.
Yep.
And
So-
everyone will be happy.
I'm just here for the cake.
You got your cake.
I know.
You got your cake.
I know.
Yeah, you really
But there's
got your
always
cake.
more cake. There's
Yeah,
always
that's what
a
I'm
little bit
saying.
more
Yeah.
cake.
Right.
You want
I'm
the
just-
icing now. Grim
I'm
the
just here to help other people get their cake, so I never have to talk to them again.
Yeah, but only if you still get to keep your cake and possibly get more cake.
And possibly
mean,
get other people's cake
Yeah.
as well.
Well, I have enough money that it officially makes money now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice place to be in life. All right. So are we going to raid somewhere else?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to Dice Priori, where our dear friend Fox is playing in Firefly.
Hey, Fox!
Yeah.
Go in there
So
and
join us in
hashtag
saying hi,
Lick
hello,
Wizard.
we love you to our dear friends at Dice Priori who are playing Firefly, the role-playing game, which is a role-playing game you can play in the Cortex system. If you know your role-playing history, they're coming out with a new version of that sometime in the near future, as it was just bought by
Curse.
Curse. That's right. That is correct.
Who
And with
used
that,
to own Twitch.
who used to
Hashtag Lick
own
Wizard.
no, who owns the Twitch app. Who runs the Twitch app and also runs D&D Beyond. So
that's
technically the people who run D&D Beyond will own their own role-playing system, which is kind of weird. Anyways,
That's exciting.
and
though.
on that note, we're going to go
Diversify your
raid
bonds.
our dear friends at Dice Priori. Everybody say bye.
Bye. Hashtag Lick Wizard. Bye.